Okay, so here we are at 6:30 on Monday night again. I can't believe how fast this week went, and glad you're all here. It's starting to warm up here in Ventura. Actually, some of the flowers are starting to spring up. The rosemary bushes are starting to have flowers on. And it was a really warm day today, our first warm day in quite a while. So things are changing. So I'm just so happy to have spring here. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about healing tonight. How you can do it yourself, real simply. I know it sounds crazy, but we've been unlocking the mysteries of healing that have been buried for quite a long time. And later in the show, in about 15 minutes, actually, Gino SERIO is going to be calling in from Canada, and he started the Master Fast system. And he's a real lover of Dr. Morse and his teachings and his herbs and all that kind of stuff. And he has unlocked some things. It really, as he puts it, it's really centered around dry fasting. The whole thing is really based on the dry fasting, short-term dry fasting. He's going to talk about this. And combined with grape juice and lemons, and also the herbs, as I said, and also a thing called psyllium pudding. And it's a whole system that he's put together. He's been doing this for 27 years. He started in 1990 trying to heal himself. And it's been a long journey, but he has a lot of experience with fasting and all that. And he differs from Dr. Morse in one way, and that's what we're going to really talk about tonight. It's sort of the idea of cooked pasteurized juice versus raw. And he has found through his experience and the experience of people that are communicating with him that for some reason that I don't understand, he can tell you more about it, that pasteurized juice is turning out to be more powerful. And I know it goes against my core beliefs of raw and all that, but the results that he's getting, you can go to the masterfastsystem.com, and read those testimonials. The bottom line is both Dr. Morse and Gino SERIO are amazing healers. They're the highest healers that I know of on this planet. And if I find others, I'm going to tell you about them. But these are the highest healers that I know. So this is really to be taken seriously. I know it goes against a lot of us. We come from a natural, food, raw type of background. But the results are really amazing. People having long laundry lists of things wrong with them are finding healing. And it's all about working your way up to being able to hold these longer dry fasts. You got to start really slow. Anybody can do a 12-hour, pretty much anybody. Maybe 99% can do a 12-hour. You just stop eating, drinking anything at 6 o'clock at night and don't pick up again until 6 in the morning. Pretty simple. But moving from that up into, maybe 14 hours a night, 15 hours a night. Some people only have a 2-3 hour feeding window. Wim Hof, the Iceman, the great Iceman, only eats one meal a day. Been doing that for many, many years. And this guy is hardcore. He climbed to the kill zone on Mount Everest, 19,000 feet in shorts. I don't even think he might have had a shirt on. I'm not sure, and shoes. And so amazing guy, expending a lot of energy, one meal a day. So our concept of food is being sort of blown open by these guys, Gino and Wim Hof. So really exciting stuff. Maybe I don't know. I kind of believe that consciousness on the planet maybe doesn't just kind of grow slowly, evolve slowly. Maybe there's times where we just, bam, it's here. It just arrives. Kind of like the opening of 2001, that big monolith shows up, and all of a sudden, the next day, the apes know how to use tools. So I don't know, but it's really exciting what's happening. Big healing, big self-healing that you can learn to do yourself has arrived to this planet. It's probably always been here, but we're discovering it more en masse as right now. So it's just an honor. Gino's going to call in about 10 minutes. So if you have questions, we'll try to get to him. He's got to get up super early. He is in class, in an online class, studying Kesh technology, which is what he's dealing in. He's dealing in a energetic field called plasma, and this is what he claims is really doing the great healing with these pasteurized juices. I wanted to give a shout out to I don't know if you guys can see it. Can we get a focus on there? Anyways, I don't know. Um, Not that I have a crew. I'm just relying on the self-focus of the camera. But my hat says the farmer and the cook in Ojai, California. If you're ever out on the West Coast near Ventura, Ojai, you got to get up to the farmer and the cook. I was searching for good restaurants in Ojai, and I went onto Yelp or one of those, and I wanted a nice restaurant, and there was one that had a 4-star or 3-star, 3-star I think it is, Zagat or Zagat. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but it's a restaurant rating thing that's really up there, with Michelin and all that. But this had the highest rating in Ojai, so I figured, oh, this is going to be fantastic, right? So my date and I showed up at this place, and it looked more like a grocery store than a restaurant. And sure enough, it was a grocery store that had some tables, and they had a counter where you could order. And I'm like, what the heck? Somebody paid off the rating agency, but the farmer is the husband, and he has a local farm there, grows everything organic, high consciousness. And then the wife is the cook, so the farmer and the cook in Ojai, California. Really great, you guys. A lot of good outdoor seating. Sunday night they have live music, and they have a pizza oven there. But I always get the salad bar. They have an amazing salad bar. But watch out, sometimes there's bugs in the salad. But what the heck, a few bugs never hurt anybody. A little extra protein. But anyways, I just wanted to shout them out. Really, really great place. So I'm not getting. This is not a paid announcement. I'm just being a nice guy and directing people where I think the good stuff is. So, anyways, let's jump into some questions right away, and then Gino's going to call in. Let me make sure I have my ringer on. I don't want to miss his call. He's going to call in at 6:45. So we're going to try and get him out of here pretty quick so he can get to bed. He has to get up early, like I said, and he takes these online classes. He's really taking this seriously. So anyways, okay, so Rosaline Chow, trying really hard to heal from scleroderma. Okay, yeah, you got to get rid of that. I thought the kidneys were filtering, cloudy, and sediment within 30 minutes. Wow. But next morning it was clear again. What do you think happened? Well, it all depends on what you're doing. How's your diet? Are you on the herbs? Are you fasting? The dry fasting, if there's one thing that Master Fast has, that dry fasting is opening up kidneys. And Dr. Morse released a video today that he was in alignment with the Master Fast system, thought it was a great system. He's just not on board yet with that pasteurized juice. Okay? So, but he loves the dry fasting. He says, I don't know why it's opening up the kidneys, but it is opening up the kidneys. And as you guys know, the whole key to healing is getting those kidneys open and getting that lymph drained, getting those toxins, those acids out of the body. Those lymphatic wastes are what is clogging our sewer system and burning us up from the inside. This is what all these things are. Most all of this stuff is all just lymphatic constipation, stagnation that turns into acid. That's what it is. It's that simple. It really is that simple. How do you get it out? You get that fruit and that juice in there to dissolve mucus and get lymph moving, get those kidneys open, get them filtering. Clear out those glands, clear out those organs, clear out those joints, clear out those bones, clear out those eyes, ears, brain, everything. You name it. You name it. Okay. Fruit detoxification. Hey, that's a great name. Health Q&A sessions. Wonderful. Nice. Can't wait. Can't wait for you. Heather Saker, I got 3. What are those? 3 lemons. We got 3 lemons. Yeah, the lemons are super astringent. And Dr. Morse said today, says the grape lemon juice combination is super powerful. So, nobody's right and nobody's wrong here. It's like, what is going to do the best job? That's what we're really talking about. We know grape and lemons are super powerful. It's just what's going to do the best job. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. We know they both work. Which one works better? That's what we're going to try to find out. If you guys all want to test it out on yourselves, let's get some feedback. But yeah, Gino is saying, and his crew is saying that, yeah, it's turning out that the cooked is better at this point. Okay. Matthew Pollock. I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. Yeah, we've all done that. Hannon. Good evening, Mark, Gino, and the MFS crew. Good evening, Hannon. Yeah, you've been a faithful follower here. Great. Melissa just logged on. Who is he? He is Gino SERIO, the founder of the Master Fast System. You're going to find out more about him, Melissa. Fruit detoxification, health Q&A sessions. How's it going, guys? It's good over here. Rosaline Chow. Is mucoid plaque real, or is it a byproduct of 3 ingredients, pudding that work through the GI tract? So many questions, but I'm hooked. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I had the same question. I've come to the conclusion, I'm not a scientist. I've never cut open a cadaver, so I don't know for sure. I just have to listen to people. Some say no, some say yes. I say I don't really care, because I know what came out of me was full of toxins. It was disgusting, and I'm glad it's out of the body. Whatever it is, I'm glad it's out. Maybe it is the psyllium that sticks there and pulls toxins and all that. Who cares? Who cares? I can tell you, your absorption of nutrients and all that will come way up because the bowels will be clean, more absorption there. Also, your glands will be clean, more utilization. You'll have to eat a lot less food. That's been my experience. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Don't get lost in that minutia. Just know that you are pulling just foul stuff out of the bowels. And if it comes out in the form of so-called mucoid plaque, so be it. It's great. We love it. Jolie. Hi, Mark. Hi, Jolie. The fruit detox again. Hi, Mark. I saw your plasma pudding video. Yeah, my plasma pudding video. People were making fun of me. Oh, great recipe. I have to tell my mother. Do you mix the pudding with juice? Yeah, I do. How much juice do you add to it? Well, just get it to the consistency you like. I don't even make the pudding, you guys. I got to make a confession here. I don't make the pudding. I don't like the pudding. It's too heavy for me. When you guys really get into this fast, you're going to not really want food. I know it sounds crazy. You won't be hungry. You don't want that. You're feeling so light, so energetic, so wonderful that you don't want any heaviness in you. That's my experience. So what I do is I take about 3 ounces of juice, grape juice, and I throw a tablespoon of the psyllium pudding in there, and then I stir it real quick and slam it down. That way I don't have to wait for it to expand and feel heavy. I just get it down, and that's it, and it'll expand inside of me. That's how I do it, and I follow it with some more juice. Start slow, you guys. Start with just 1 tablespoon, maybe even less. See how you react to it. This is very powerful. There's bentonite clay, and there's charcoal in there to pull, and there's also that psyllium, a major brush. So, yeah, start slow. Do you eat it with a spoon? How does it all work? Yeah, refer, guys, any kind of specific MasterFast questions, go to masterfastsystem.com. I am not an administrator. I've only done a 44-day. He's got guys up there, guys and gals up there that do 108s all the time and longer, 180 days, whatever. Experts at all this stuff. There's a Facebook page, best healing Facebook page I've seen. It is just go Facebook, MasterFast System Facebook. You'll find it, and wonderful. So all those kinds of questions, and you can even post questions up there. There's admins that'll help you 24/7. Wonderful, wonderful resource to help us heal, you guys. Those people are all doing that free of charge. Just wonderful. Crystal Hippie, hey Crystal Hippie, Ventura, yeah. No extra protein in my salad. Thank you. Yep, absolutely. We don't want protein. Protein is the enemy. Protein is acidic. It shuts our kidneys down. We don't need it. We like the amino acids, though. That's what protein has to be broken down into. Melissa, thanks. He is Gino. Sandy B. Hi, Mark. Sending love and healing vibes from Byron Bay, Australia. Thank you, Sandy. That's a surf spot down there. I wanted to get down there. Is that where the Bra Boys are from? Oh, no, that's Maroubra. If you guys want to see a great documentary, it's called The Bra Boys, Braboys. It's about a surfing. That's Gino, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's about a surfing town where they're crazy up there. Okay, so here's Gino. Gino is called in. Let me get you on speakerphone, Gino. Gino, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hi, Gino. Guys, I got this next to the microphone. Let me know if you can hear Gino. Just chime in if you could real quick, okay? Gino, say a few words. We got 54 people watching already.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
We're good. We're excited.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. It was a great day. I've been waiting to hear. Let me turn this up. I've been waiting to hear from Dr. Morse, and Dr. Morse, as you know, really likes the Master Fast. He especially likes the dry fasting part, and as he said in his own words, he said, "I don't know how it's doing it, but that dry fasting is really opening up the kidneys." And Gino, you had told me that really the whole base of the Master Fast is built around the dry fast. Is that right?
It's a glorified dry fast, yes.
A glorified dry fast. Okay, so that
we have to understand, Mark. We're dealing with really toxic people, and putting people on just dry fasting and eating, you're not gonna get far. People have been doing that for years. You need to clean that GI tract,
right?
And that's the key. They go hand in hand. When you can clean that GI tract and go to dry fasting, and you're going back and forth, while doing all that, we're supporting all the glands and organs. Right. And helping absorb all the toxins that the fasting loosens up with the plasma pudding, we call it. This is where we shine for more than anybody else. This is why we're getting what we're getting with all the results.
So it's really, you've added those basic components. You've added the pasteurized grape juice, the raw lemon juice, the psyllium pudding, which is psyllium husks or psyllium powder with bentonite clay and activated charcoal, and you've added the dry fasting. And would you include enemas in that also?
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're not moving your bowels at least once a day, we highly recommend enemas. But honestly, if you do enemas every day, it's only going to help you.
Okay, so that would be a net. People ask me all the time, do I have to do the enemas? I always say yes. They're going to be your friend. I mean, I wasn't an enema guy. I didn't like it. I thought it was strange, but it sure got me out of a lot of headaches and body aches and emotional detoxes too.
Exactly. You don't want to be having extra suffering. When you can get rid of it with a simple enema or go for a colonic, like it's ridiculous. And people talking about the bowels getting weaker and everything. Every single person who's done at least a 40-day master fast has stronger bowels when they start eating again. Everybody.
Oh wow, great. So the only thing that Dr. Morse really said that he couldn't really get on board with was the pasteurized. And I hold Dr. Morse in the highest regard as a healer, and you too. And
I've taken level 1 course.
Yeah, no, I know you're a Dr. Morse guy, exactly. And you've based your herbs around his. You have mentioned that you think he's an amazing herbalist.
Yeah, he's a master of herbs. So we've just looked at it a little bit different because we're working with a fasting regime, and when you're fasting, you don't want digestion.
Right.
So you got to get rid of all the powders.
Right.
The psyllium, the clay, and the charcoal are non-digestible. They're non-digestible fibers. They don't affect fasting at all. Okay, that's why so many people have those ingredients in their cleanses. They don't. The body doesn't digest them. They can't. They don't break down. They're just there to help absorb the waste matter as they're going through. And what goes in must come out for sure. But the power of the plasma pudding is the psyllium is the physical absorbent and scraper and massager to all the stomach and the villi and the GI tract. And you have the clay, which is a puller.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can put it on your skin and let it dry, and you'll feel it pulling.
Oh yeah.
We don't need a lab telling us or a white jacket telling us it pulls. You can try yourself.
Oh yeah.
And this is where I shun away from doctors, labs, scientists, trademarks, and all this stuff, because you can do all these tests yourself with common sense and logic, and you're in your home. The charcoal has been used forever in hospitals for people taking overdoses on drugs and poison and food poisoning, stuff like that. Because they're thinking it absorbs physically, but they don't understand. What I've learned through the plasma science is when you burn it, you're bringing it to a higher order in a plasmatic state, which has a strong gravitational magnetic field, and plasmatically is why it's doing what it's doing, meaning plasma is always seeking balance. And it's doing it through fields, not physicality, which most people miss. And this is what's wrong with our science, this is what's limiting to our science. They're only looking at matter state when they're looking at anything.
Right.
And that's a very limited window.
Yes.
Okay? There's so much more happening on the plasmatic side, on the other side, than there is in physicality. And this is where we shine with MasterFast. I do the Saturday night calls, 2 hours every Saturday, or sometimes they go longer, and I answer questions. I've answered these questions for people over and over, and people are still scratching their heads looking for answers. Now, you have to understand, we're all at different levels of understanding, at different levels of intelligence, whatever you want to call it. I've only scratched the surface, barely scratched the surface in understanding plasma science.
Yeah.
The cook juice is not taught in cache space technology, folks. The cook juice is something that I have learned through the plasma space technology and incorporated from my understanding with the cook juice experience I had in 1990 when I did my first Concord Great Juice Fast. And the light went on and took a whole new understanding, because I think I've mentioned this to you. I was raw vegan for over 9 years, 100% would not touch anything cooked. I was raw as raw.
Yeah, you did say that.
Okay? So, people can talk whatever they want to talk about. I've already done it.
So what you're... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just kind of...
I reached a very, very level of health when I was doing the raw. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is that your healing journey is taking you outside of matter, and that raw is law in the matter state, but you're dealing in a different, you're dealing in a non-material state.
Correct.
Yeah, and so I've tried to learn more about it. I'm having a hard time. I tried to listen to Dan Winter. He has a video up there, quite popular one on YouTube, but he's using words I cannot even grasp. Someone mentioned I should look into Walter Russell. Would he be a good guy?
Russell's got some good information. Yep. Dan Winter, I can't understand him.
Yeah, I can't either. He's too smart.
Honestly, the best videos to start with are the Kids Knowledge Seekers Workshop at the Keshe Foundation. They're all offline. There's about 20 out of them. And that's where you need to start to get a basic understanding of what a plasma is. Plasma is a force of energy. They call it the fourth state of matter. It's not true. Plasma is what 99.9% of the universe is made up of. And what Keshe discovered, or what his reason is on this plane here to teach us, is that plasma has a gravitational and a magnetical field strength. If you look at a donut magnet and you were able to see the fields, you'll see the fields going in a toroid, coming out from the exit point on top and going out through the bottom and the entry point, which is known as north and south.
Yes.
We call it exit and entry point.
Yes.
And you have this toroid of energy flowing.
Yes.
And we all have that.
Yes.
Every living being has this, and we're all interacting with each other in a figure eight of energy exchange, just as magnets do.
Yes.
So when you're thinking of that, you have to understand there's always different field strengths, we call it, and just like an individual fingerprint, there's no two alike, and there's no two stars alike in the universe. So there's no two field strengths alike in the universe of plasma, and every time there's a difference, what do we call that? A gradient or a difference in strengths, there's going to be a seeking of balance between the two.
Ah, gotcha.
And this is how the universe works. There's always it's always seeking balance, and this is how we heal. We allow our bodies to heal, because the body is plasmatic and it's always seeking balance. The only problem is we fill it up with foreign obstructions to clog up and interfere with all these plasmatic field interactions between each organ and everything else in our body, and it can't find balance because the fields do not flow properly. That's how simple it is.
We've basically obstructed the body due to our I don't want to even call it ignorance, our just lack of this knowledge, right? It has not been available to us.
We were taught this stuff. We don't know, but you have to have an understanding that we all have the knowledge within us. It was blocked from us. We were brainwashed, whatever you want to call it. It's been hidden from us. But it is within our structure, in our DNA. Our DNA is our hardware, and our RNA is our software. It's built within our creation. We can't be without it. We just have to learn how to access it again. So I basically had a little scratch of understanding of what's happening, and I've been able to put something together through my experiences in natural healing, through diet and through fasting, because I've been doing that since 1990. And from what I've learned with the Kesh Foundation, what I've learned from Dr. Morse, what I've learned from Alan Harris, what I've learned from all the greats and all the natural healing, what I've learned from the guys who I've hurt myself through their information. I've learned from everybody. I almost killed myself a few times. So all these years, all this knowledge, I put it in a blender, blended it up, and here comes Master Fast. That's what's Master Fast. Now, for me to try and convey to you exactly what's happening 100%, I can't tell you that.
Right.
All I can tell you is the intent and the emotion is what dictates the outcome of our physicality. We're a reflection of our intent and emotion at the soul level, because the soul level is pure plasma energy.
Right.
Pure.
Right.
And love is the highest field strength.
Absolutely.
And that is creation.
Absolutely.
And that's what brings balance to everything. So if we can just tap into that just for a little bit, you're going to see magic happening. And this is what we're seeing in Master Fast.
Wow. So you're saying that... Are you saying, Gino, that by playing with plasma that we're actually tapping into the field vibration of love as a healer?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I read people's testimonials. I get blown away myself. I get shivers. This is why I keep going, because all the beautiful people that are getting results, that's the only reason I'm going.
It's amazing.
Doing all these hours. But if we take that, if we have to open it, we have to let our minds be open like a little child. We have to not erase what we've learned, but what we like to say is we add to the knowledge. Okay, we've already learned what we've learned. Now let's add to the knowledge to expand. And people are looking to expand by looking outwards, and that's where you're going to fail all the time. Once we go inwards, we expand. We can't expand looking out. And how do we go inwards? Well, let's start by cleaning the temple as best we can. Yes. And let's get into dry fasting, and then you're going to see how you expand. Yes. Because what we found is you get into the dry fasting. Once you start to clean that GI tract, you'll be able to do more and more dry fasting. It takes time. You start on slow. We have a program and a range where you start on the low end, and you work slowly up over the weeks and months. People that are trying to do it all at once, they hurt themselves, they crash, they're not going to finish.
Yes.
We like saying we want to finish the race, we don't want to win the race.
Yes, absolutely. Start slow, everybody, really, seriously, and do not attempt Master Fast without herbs, right, Gino?
It's not Master Fast without the herbs, without the psyllium pudding, without the dry fasting. It's a whole program. Every single aspect is crucial and important.
And you burned out your kidneys. You burned out your kidneys by not doing herbs. Is that correct?
In 1990, I did my first Concord grape juice fast, pasteurized, 40 days, and I ended up in bed for almost 2 years trying to figure out how to repair my kidneys from all the damage I did. So this was from a lack of not understanding, the ignorance. I didn't have any support. I did it all on my own. You guys don't know how lucky you are with the internet and with people like myself, Marc, and Dr. Morse teaching and being able to have an understanding where other people have already done it, so you don't have to take the chances that we took, and you have much more limited risks, and you have much better outcome in your healing. Yes. So, we're doing this for everybody's sake. The funny thing is that it's cheaper than being on the Master Fast.
It is.
Loaded up with herbs.
It really is. Oh,
And,
yeah.
you know, I've had people come back say that complained it was expensive, come back 1 or 2 months later, and they say, "Man, you know how much money I've saved in food?" Yeah, of course, of course.
So let's
and
talk.
not only that,
Go ahead, finish up. I'm sorry.
yeah, not only that. What about the long term? How much are you going to save on your health insurance and extra, all the, the health benefits?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
So I just want to, for everybody, Gino loves Dr. Morse and all that, and it's just his experience and the feedback he's getting and the testimonials is telling him and telling us that the pasteurized grape juice works, despite it not really fitting into the raw paradigm, and it's working better than the raw, according to the data coming in to Gino. Gino, you did this kind of on a hunch because you were raw as law. You got into this plasma. You did this as kind of a hunch and experiment, and it's working out to be a very powerful healer. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I was closed-minded to the cooked when I was reintroduced to the cooked pasteurized juice again, and that was Mac. He actually came by. He's talking to me about one of his friend's brother who healed his lung cancer, I think it was, with Welch's grape juice, and I'm going, "Oh, it's cooked, Max," and I kind of closed my mind off. And then he came to me again one more time, mentioning the same thing. And the second time, because I've already done the Concord grape juice cook. The second time, a light went on in my head.
Oh.
And I go, "Holy jeez, I missed it. I missed it. This is going to kick butt." And I said, we're going to add the lemon because we're going to get a huge gradient. Because you have the different colors, which not only is colors and different, you have different strengths of plasma when you have the cooked grape and the lemons raw. But at the beginning, I used to say raw, but I tell you guys, if you cook the lemon, it'll be even more powerful.
Wow.
And, the only reason I did that is to not bring so much controversy because I was being bashed every single day for a good 6 months when I introduced the cooked juice for the Master Fast Cleanse. Every day. It still happens on the board. Not every day. Because the results are coming in so fast and so many. We're just getting the few people who like to bash, and it's trying to create issues for us, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, read the testimonials. Just read the testimonials, you guys. That's all I ask, and I can't believe it either. I really cannot. I did 44 days, and I have never felt better. And the stuff coming out of me was just absolutely disgusting. And I thought I was pretty clean. I thought I was just doing this for you guys. I thought that no way I needed this. And man, the thing is, Gino, is that I know a lot of people. They like the idea of the master fast and all that, but they're afraid to do it because of the pasteurized juice and feeling that they're not going to get enough nutrition, and that the pasteurized juice has now been, the chemistry's been flipped and now it's acidic. How would you respond to that?
Okay, number one, if you're talking chemistry, you're gonna put yourself in a limited matter state.
Yes.
With a very narrow view of looking at things, because everything that's really happening is not in a matter state. And chemistry is a very limited matter state through mainstream science. They're only looking through a small glass of what's happening. They don't have a clue of what's happening in the plasma side, and that's the problem with chemistry. Now, if we look at dry fasting, I'll give you this example. We look at dry fasting. We like to say it's as vast as the stars. I was one of the few who started promoting dry fasting with the Master Fast, and is where we made it very popular, and is how we cracked the kidney filtration code wide open.
You did.
Wide open.
You did, Gino. You blew it wide open.
More people filtering than anybody.
You did.
So think about dry fasting in this way. When we're talking about healing, everybody's talking about going to alkaline to heal. Okay, where you go into dry fasting, it's the most powerful way you're going to allow your body to heal. And guess what? It's on the acidic side in chemistry. If you're looking at chemistry, it's on the acid side, folks. It's not on the alkaline side. So how does this work? What we've learned, we have to add to the knowledge because we weren't looking at plasmatic side. Okay?
Right.
So we go into a very strong acidic state when we get into a dry fast, and you have the most abundant, forceful, broadest way of allowing the body to heal, because what I like to say is you have direct access to your perfect blueprint in the ether. Everybody has one, whether you're born perfect or not. It's out there. Your blueprint is perfect.
I believe
creation.
That. I do believe
so we have access to that only, Mark, through the dry fast.
Gotcha.
And it's an acidic experience if you look at matter state. If you look at plasmatic state, you have access to your one perfect creation of your blueprint. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about looking beyond what we've been taught, because it's limited and some of it is not correct. So when we go into the acid side to heal, you have to understand we can only do it for so long unless you've become enlightened and you don't need to eat and drink anymore. And there are people on the planet who have actually activated it and are living that way. But we're not telling you that you have to do that. It's something that few of us may go that route, but it's possible, whether you believe it or not. It's possible. So because we're doing this 80% of the time anyway. When we're not eating, where we get our energy from?
True.
It's through the air, and it's not oxygen, folks. The air is made up of almost 80% nitrogen, and it's the nitrogen which is in a plasmatic state that we're breathing in, and it's getting taken into the lungs, and through ultraviolet light, it gets a plasmatic exchange, field-wise, not matter state, into the bloodstream to create the oxygen and so on and so forth, the energies that we need in the lymph system. Okay? We don't take in oxygen in from through the air. It doesn't work that way. We have an article on the Masterfast Facebook called Kesh Living on Light. I highly recommend you read that. You'll have a better understanding of what I've just explained.
I did read that.
Everything we've been taught is not true, and we need to expand on it. So we're in the acid side. We can't stay there long. So what do we do in Masterfast? We go back to the drinking to wash out all those acids that the body used to burn up and clean up our physicality to help us heal. We need to wash them out.
Wow.
So we go back and forth, back and forth. Think about a dirty sponge. You squeeze it, you rinse it, you squeeze it, you rinse it, you squeeze it, you rinse it, squeeze. That's what we're doing Masterfast. And this is why we get the results, because we're shaking up the whole body from head to toe like a sponge physically, but also plasmatically, which is much more is happening on that side.
Wow.
Okay? So think about that, folks. Just get in your mind, you have fields interacting, washing, everything's being washed. Just think of your auric field. Your aura, if you understand what an aura is, that's your plasmatic field. So when you're around people, you can pick things up from people through these fields. They're a gravitational magnetic energy flow. It's not electricity, it's plasma.
Wow.
And
wow, this is opening up a whole new thing here. Jeez.
Yeah, well, this is why this is Masterfast system. This is Dr. Morse. We love Dr. Morse. We love him. I've learned so much from him. But he's not looking at what we're looking at. He's looking at the matter state.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at the matter state, raw is law. We like to say is when you start eating, raw is almost law. Eat mostly raw.
Yeah. in the matter state. You got me thinking, Gino. I was up in Mammoth Mountain, up in the Sierras. And I saw there was a coyote out, right? Walking in the middle of this snowy road and skinny as a rail. And I'm thinking, what is this coyote gonna eat? There was snow everywhere. And I thought about you. I think, man, maybe he's just living off the nitrogen and the plasma for a while, Maybe he doesn't need as much food as I think he does.
Well, think about this, Mark. Bears and there's other animals. Bears hibernate about 7.5 months a year.
They do, yeah.
How do they do that, Mark? They have no food, no water. 7 months.
Well, they got a bunch of fat, don't they? Don't they fatten up on a bunch of salmon to?
Okay, yeah, well, this is what we're all being told. We're looking at always the matter state. They're
Right.
getting energy. They're getting energy through plasma as well. Yeah, the body's going to start using up some of the physicality as well because it's available. But you're talking about months. You know, we're talking about going a few days, a week. Some of us can go 2 weeks. But this is where the magic happens. What I basically explained, and the herbs, without the herbs, you'd be a fool. You'd be a fool because the Concord grape juice, that's not the only juice we use, Mark. People have used pomegranate pasteurized. They've used guava. Already experiment with guava cooks. She made her own. It works. People have used berries, dark berries. People have used, and then you mix a little bit of lemon, right? You don't need much. You can a few drops of the lemon will activate it. People have used. One woman asked me, "Can I try watermelon?" I said, "Go for it and let me know." And she reported back amazing results with cooked watermelon juice. She juiced her own. She cooked it, and she got amazing results.
Wow. So
now, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's like people ask me, is mucoid plaque for real? I tell people, I don't know. I've never opened up a cadaver to tell you, but I can tell you that it is foul and toxic and smelly and it's out of my body. That's all I need to know. Can we just simplify this and say, look, you guys don't have to believe in plasma fields and pasteurized versus raw. Try them both if you want. But our data is coming in that the pasteurized better, but it's not. It won't keep them from the master fast other parts of the system if they want to try a raw, would it? They'd still get some healing, right?
Yeah, if they can do the raw juices if they want. They're not going to get the results we're getting because most of us came from raw's law, and a lot of us have done these long raw juice fasts, and now they're on the master fast. And when they run the raw, they plateaued. When they're on master fast, let me tell you this: there's no plateau. When you push the gas pedal on a raw fast, you're eventually going to hit a plateau or a raw food diet. You hit a plateau.
Yeah.
On master fast, so far we have not found a plateau. We have Martin in Germany, who was life or death situation, 3 types of cancers, chemo to hell. They removed most of his lymph system, put catheters through him, and he did 240 or 50 days straight on master fast. Took a small break, and he's still on master fast.
Wow.
He's over 300 days.
Wow.
And he's shining like a light.
Wow.
He's one of our superstars. Him and Gabrielis, they're superstars. Been doing the master fast. You know Gabrielis' story?
Yes, I do.
He was paralyzed, and he did the fruits and the herbs, and he reached the plateau point as well. He came to me about a year, just not long after I put the Facebook page up, and he started getting into the master fast. And he started getting the results, and then last summer he pushed the dry fasting really hard, and bang, he opened right up. His sensations started coming back really strong. Wow. So he's about 80% healed in his paralysis. He was right side was totally paralyzed. But these are just a couple. We have so many amazing stories. I was just reading today Artie's transformation. If you look at her, she looks like she's in her 20s. If you look at her when she started, she looks like she was on her deathbed. She had her stomach completely split from the pregnancy. The muscles they split wide open. They wouldn't heal. On the master fast, they completely closed up and healed. And that's 3 women we have had that happen on master fast. So pasteurized juice, it's not the pasteurized juice, folks. It's the access to your blueprint, which the pasteurized juice allows because it's such a good cleaner of your GI tract.
Wow.
And we have the herbs for support.
It is. By day 3, I called it the bubble and crude. It was so foul coming out of me. I couldn't believe it on day 3.
Yeah.
And we've had guys that reported back to me they were getting mucoid plaque on day 3.
Yeah, of course. Some people take a couple of weeks. Some people we've had one guy took 60 days before he started releasing, and then his spine all started straightening out. Come on, he's in his 20s.
Wow.
And so these things you have to understand what's happening here, folks. You don't have to believe a word I'm telling you. It doesn't matter because we're showing people it works, and that's all that matters to me. The results speak. But the plaque, is it real? Okay, let me tell you my story. In 1990, I did my first 40-day Concord grape juice fast pasteurized. We used to buy it in gallons here, It was called the Wiley Brothers. They no longer exist. It was amazing, the Conqueror grape juice, and that's what I used to do my 40-day fast. And when I hit about a week or so, black plaque started coming out until the 40th day.
Wow.
With nothing else.
Wow.
I didn't do anything else. But what I ended up with was burned kidneys and 2 years of agony and severe pain. So for us to help people avoid those situations, we have the Master Fast System, which is very well thought out. So through all my teachers, through my experience, through plasma space technology, it's a little bit of everything mixed up in a blender, which is a Master Fast System. And I've given it freely to everybody. I've shared all my information. I answer everybody's questions. I support everybody on the board.
You do.
Many, many hours per day,
You
personally and publicly. I do the calls every week. I help Mark whenever I can. Like I should be in bed now. I get up at 4 in the morning for my space technology classes. So, it doesn't matter what we believe. Let's put it this way. Let's say the plaque is false.
Right.
Okay, whatever they're releasing is allowing the body to heal, and that's all that matters to me.
Yes.
Now, if you want us to mail you some of this plaque, we have a lot of volunteers that will be happy to mail it to you, so you have an understanding that it's not just psyllium pudding. It's impossible. Number one, what goes in goes out. Number two, it absorbs acids, toxins, parasites that are visible, non-visible, chemicals, and emotions, what we call the seed of all disease. This is where all your diseases start, is a seed planted through our intent and emotion way back who knows when, and the physicality of the root of the problem is our GI tract.
Yes.
So this is the simplicity, and I don't know how much I can make it more understandable for people. You either understand what I'm telling you or you don't. I really don't know how much more simple I can make it. The only way I teach people is ask intelligent questions. The answers usually pop up right in front of your eyes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, keep it simple, everybody. Just try it. Try raw and then try this and see what happens with you. Go, like I say, go look at those testimonials. Gino, you lost a lot of testimonials because Facebook changed a part of the program and dumped everything, right? But you have a lot of testimonials you're rebuilding. The new ones coming, they're all fresh. They update them all the time, you guys. And people, like I say, with a laundry list of stuff, just everything getting better very quickly.
It's at the beginning I wasn't saving anything some more, and people kept asking and asking and asking. All I was doing is pushing save on the option for save the post on Facebook, and I lost a lot of them. But it doesn't matter. There's so many coming in all the time. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
There's just one liner sometimes. There's a little miracle, and a lot of people miss it. But I see them. I see all these little miracles happening. Like when you're talking about a stomach muscle splitting wide open and they can't heal anymore for many years, and then they get on the Master Fat and it closes up and heals. That's a miracle to me.
Wow, that is a miracle.
I don't know what else people are looking for.
Yeah, well, I had
mind straightening out.
I had Linda.
Going away.
Well, Linda Maris was on the show about a month ago and was saying how she had lost a kidney to cancer, and then there was a tumor on the other kidney. She got it down from 6.5 centimeters down to 0.3, and was having another ultrasound to see if it was gone. I haven't heard the results, but that was
her latest post, Mark, was there's just scar tissue remains. There's nothing left.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, good. There you go. That's amazing. That's a great testimonial there. Absolutely.
And listen to this. I don't know if you know, but she did the Gearson therapy for like 8 or 9 months with no results.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is real for whatever reason, and I don't know. I got one last question, Gino, because I know you got to get to bed.
It doesn't matter, Mark. I'm here now. Let's keep it going.
Okay, good.
People want to know, I'll be here.
Good, thanks. Okay, so you, a couple people have written into me, and I had the question too. You had said that the kidneys, kidney filtration is an absolute must. You're in complete alignment with me and Dr. Morse on that. But you then said that lymph is more of an energetic stream. Could you clarify that?
Yeah. Okay. What we're taught in space technology is the blood is tied to your emotion, and the lymph is tied to physicality. Okay. Now, in space technology, we're taught the opposite, that the lymph is our energy system, and the blood is our sewer system.
Okay.
We're taught the opposite now. Looking at it from me in a mechanical kind of type of guy, coming from fixing cars and machines and so on and so forth, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this makes more sense even in the matter state. Because think about this. Our blood system is continuously flowing through the pump, which most people think it's the heart, but I say the lungs are the pump, like Arnold Harris taught us.
Yes.
And the heart is the valve.
Yes.
And it's continuously flowing, and it's full of oxygen. Why? If it's a sewer system and it wasn't full of oxygen, what would happen? We'd stench. It would stink. So it has to keep moving, just like water. If the river stops moving, it goes bad and it stinks. So the blood system, being a sewer system from what we're taught, it keeps moving to keep it fresh and oxygenated and pollution free. But now the lymph, it has no pump. And our motion to make the lymphatic system move, we need movement. Because what I believe is because we've lived so far away from natural law that we've made it stagnant through all these obstructions.
Right.
I believe, though, if we can free up enough of our obstructions into physicality, I think the lymph system will move freely without any movement, and we'll get energy endless without no tomorrow ending. It'll be constant because I've tapped into that, and you can ask the people who've went into the long dry fast. When you tap into that energy, you don't know where it's coming from, and it feels completely different than any type of energy you've ever felt before. We can't describe it. You have to experience it. So this is what we're taught. And if I look at it another way, the kitchen is always bigger than the bathroom. The lymph is about 4 times bigger than the bathroom, than the blood system. So we're looking at the lymph system as an energy system. Let's say both are wrong, and let's say both are right. Let's say we don't know. So let's use both technologies, and let's have an understanding that let's just add to the knowledge and look at both angles, because we really don't know 100%. So they both make sense to me, and I'll use them both. But for me, honestly, I like the idea of what I've just explained, that the lymph is the kitchen and our energy system. Because when people are sick, they're lying in bed in the hospital, the blood is flowing, and they got no energy because the lymph doesn't move. What I teach people is opposite of everybody else. Also, when we're doing the master fast and we're doing the dry fast, you have to keep moving, because especially on a dry fast, if you don't move, this is true experience, you're going to feel like crap.
Right.
As soon as you start moving and opening up and getting the oxygen, the air flowing through your lungs, you're going to wake up and you're going to feel much better.
So what do you think? What do you think is when you say you like kidney filtration? My belief is that is acids and toxins coming out, being filtered out through the kidneys. Either I think it's from the lymph and the blood. You think it's only from the blood?
This is where I'm not 100% sure whether it's coming from the blood or lymph or maybe both. You got to understand, the lymph does go stagnant. And we need to free it up to get things moving. Sorry about the dog. Hang on one sec. Whitey, who's
there? Bitsy's gonna hear.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
I have to get the door.
I'm glad my dog didn't wake up to that. She started barking at it.
The lymph does go stagnant. We know that because it doesn't have a pump.
It does go stagnant, and it does lock up. It does become acidic and lock up.
Now, logically, because it doesn't have a pump, it's easier to lock up something that doesn't move continuously than versus the blood system. Because if the blood system locks up, we're pretty much dead quick.
Sure.
So the lymph system can be locked up, and you can still be alive. So the waste has to be collected in there, because when things go stagnant, you know what happens, right?
Yes.
So the key is that where is this waste coming from? It really doesn't matter. It's waste that the body has to get rid of, and we're seeing it happening the most when we're doing the dry fast.
Yes.
We're getting tremendous kidney filtration.
Yes.
It took me over a year before I started filtering on fruit and herbs.
Oh, wow.
And I just barely started. And I had so much kidney problems right from way back. And I had kidney pains for many years. So, once I started dry fasting, Mark, everything changed and the light went on again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's like our mucoid plaque question. We don't know for sure, but you know what? It's really good to get kidney filtration. It's really good to move lymph, and we're all in alignment on that one. So we can debate the fine stuff, but get the kidneys filtering and move your lymph. Okay, that's really the bottom line.
Let's look at it the other way, Mark. If your kidneys don't filter and that stuff doesn't come out of your bowels, there's no healing.
Right. Exactly. And we need that psyllium and that clay and that charcoal to really pull that stuff out, because you're going to be dumping a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah. So, you don't want to be doing it without it, because you're when you're doing the master fast, even the juice, and you're going on the dry, your body is unlocking these deep stored acid, toxins, and emotions. And once they start loosening up to come out, it could be an overburden for the organs and glands, and you can burn them out. And this is where we need help, because we've lived such a toxic lifestyle far away from nature. These are not natural substances we have in our body. Yeah. So the body is trying to dump them, and it can only do it when you go on fast.
Right.
You can't get rid of this stuff without fasting.
Right.
Fasting unlocks it. Like I've said, you have access to that blueprint. So when you have access to the blueprint, the body goes, okay, all this stuff, I got to get rid of it. I'm in a dumping mode. That's how the body thinks when it's in a fast dumping mode. Okay, let's get rid of everything we need to as fast as we can.
Right.
And we want that psyllium pudding, the plasma pudding we call it, to help absorb all that toxic waste, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, guys. Whatever it is. Let's not get debating on that. It's just we want it out so we can heal. And did you see that USC study that showed that when people go into a fasting state, that stem cells in the body, which are basically just unprogrammed cells, they can be anything, turn into immune cells? Did you see that?
Yeah, there's lots of studies for fasting that I've seen, but you got to understand, Mark, they're only looking at matter state. They're not, think about this. How does the spine straighten out? How does a nerve repair? How does a cut on your arm get repaired? It has to have access to information. Like a cut on an arm is no big deal. We get a cut, but you have a little bit of scar tissue.
Yeah.
If your body is in a clean state, you won't see scar tissue, Mark.
Right.
And this is the problem when we do damage internally, like on nervous systems, on bones and spines and so on. And when we're eating and we're trying to heal, it doesn't go back to blueprint, because there's interference with field interactions from the obstructions. You free up all those obstructions. Doesn't matter if it's 5-10 years later, it goes back to the blueprint.
And also in the matter state too, that you can't heal if you're acidic, and the fruit juice along with the lemons is very astringent. It dissolves mucus, which is really a lot more alkalizing than water. Correct?
Yeah, if you're looking at matter state, I like to use the word. Let's go back to balance instead of alkaline or acid, because alkaline or acid is a very limited science.
Okay.
It's very limited. As I explained, how do you explain the most powerful way of healing is acidic? We can't explain it in matter state. It doesn't work.
Right.
Because then everything that everybody's teaching natural healing is all wrong, because they're all saying you got to go alkaline, and we're saying no. The most expanded way of healing is acidic. It's a dry fast. And then Dr. Filonov, who wrote the book on dry fasting, the German doctor, he talks about the same thing, because we have Elena, who went to his clinic 2 times in Russia, and she's on the master fast now, and she's healing.
Wow.
She's on day 80 or 90. And she couldn't solve her problems at his clinic.
Oh man. And Gabrielis is a guy from Lithuania. He was in a skydiving competition, and his parachute didn't fully open. He managed to steer it into some water, a pond or something, and hit it over 90 miles an hour, was paralyzed, and now he's what, 85% back, 90%?
Yeah, he's about 80% of his motions back, and he's determined he's going to get 100%, and I have no doubt he will. He keeps to himself mostly because he's concentrating on himself to get the job done. He's come a huge amount in the last year in healing. He's one of our superstars, and I love him to death. He's inspired me and many others.
Yeah, me too.
And I get inspired from every story.
Just being around Gabrielis is such a joy. He's just radiating what you're talking about, that plasma love. Man, he's amazing. Just to be in the presence.
You watch what he's gonna show us. You ain't seen nothing yet. He's gonna complete the task, and I have absolutely no doubt because I know what can happen. I've seen so much in this last couple of years. It just blows my mind. We've seen a lot in just people going in the raw food diet.
No, I know. Guys. I know.
But we've just expanded it to happen much quicker, much more intense, much better results. That's all we've done. And we're shortening the windows for people. How far in the future you want to put your health? If you want to eat fruits and do herbs, how far in the future do you want to put off your health? Let me explain it this way. Let me put a better understanding. Get yourself a 5-gallon bucket or an 18.9 liter pail, which is the same for both systems.
Okay.
And think about that. It's full of mucoid plaque from your head to toe. That's how much your body holds. Just think about that. Okay. Now your body's full of that, and you start eating fruit. You start eating fruit slowly but surely. It starts working some of that out, and you start taking herbs. Now that pail is big, so you put a few herbs in there and you put some fruit in there. What's going to happen? You start getting horrendous fermentation. This is what happens with everybody when they go on fruit, when they're toxic. And it's very, very slow, painful process for a lot of people to clean themselves out while they're eating fruit. When you're on master fast, people go through that. They might go through for a few weeks uncomfortable, go on and off, but it cleans it out, and it cleans it out efficiently. And then the magic starts happening. When the kidneys open up and that plaque starts coming out, all the magic starts happening. Before the kidneys filter, not much happening. Yes. Even, you have to have both happening. You have to have the plaque coming out, whatever you believe it or not, and you have to have the kidneys filtered. This is the magic.
Good point. Absolutely. Wow. And then would we also, part of the system, we would incorporate this sort of breath work. And you had mentioned Wim Hof. I've been mentioning Wim Hof for a while.
Yeah.
So that's important too, right? As a way to not only get more nitrogen in, as a way to also alkalize.
There's different thoughts about breathing. Okay, the Wim Hof method is an amazing method for fight or flight method. Okay, I don't know if it's something that you'd want to be doing daily the way they teach. I believe it would aid you.
Because oxygen is it causes more, I guess, more metabolism, faster metabolism.
I don't know how to explain it. Let's look at the other side. If you go into the yogic type breathing, in the slow deep breaths, or the shallow breathing, there was another doctor. I don't know if he was Russian, that he was teaching. He was studying about asthmatic people and how to help them, and he found a very shallow, slow breathing helped them solve their issue, because what he found is everybody was sick was breathing very rapid, and then their heart rates would go up. So he found that by changing it to a very slow, very shallow breathing, they were able to solve their asthmatic problem. I can't remember the name of the doctor. Sorry, guys. So there's many types of systems of breathing. What I say is learn them all and use them all. If you want to go jump in the cold lake, use Wim Hof method. If you want to, solve some healing issues and get energy, use the slow type breathing yogic methods. And so there's many types. There's alternative nostril breathing. There's so many types of breathing. Learn them all. There's lots of them being taught on the internet these days.
I found that when I was hungry, on the master fast that I was doing, that breathing in the morning, that early morning air really helped me. I lost my hunger, especially. I don't know. Is there a difference between that early morning air before the sun comes up? Do you feel that too?
Well, in plasma tech, we're taught that the higher field strengths of the Earth are much stronger at night. So people want to do barefoot walking, do it at night, and then do it in the daytime, and see if you notice a difference. They're way stronger at night. Now, early in the morning, sun's just coming up. You're still having some of those fields from the through the night until the sun comes up, and then you have the interaction through the sun, and it's plasmatically. So there's a difference from day and night. That could be one of the reasons. The other thing is that I don't advocate cleansing and then resting. Everybody else does.
Yeah, I mean, I could not believe, and I posted things, you probably saw them, of me surfing in cold water, skiing, and all this stuff. You have so much energy, you don't need to rest. You don't need to be in some retreat or anything. I was working many hours, doing everything I usually do, maybe even more.
Yeah, you'll have more time. This is what we teach. If you have the energy, use it. And when you don't have the energy, reach for the mighty enema bag number 1. Then you're going to start doing your breath work and your yoga, your stretching, or what you need movement. And usually you can come out of it when you start doing these things. Some people may have strong healing reactions. They may go for a day, 2 days, even a week. And then you're going to have to support it with lots of enemas and rest when your body needs it. But when you have energy, folks, you need to use it. But what I'm saying is here, nothing vigorous. No heavy weight training or anything, but yoga, stretching, light jogging, bicycle riding. These are things that are acceptable. Rebounding without leaving the mat. We all want you to keep moving, because if your kidneys are filtering really, really well, you could probably do weight training. I wouldn't recommend anything vigorous.
Well, you don't want to make lactic acid, though, right? Because if you're really training, you're going to make more acids. Well,
we're looking at matter state, Mark, and if you're looking at matter state, we've been told that your body makes acid, lactic acid, or whatever type of acid it is when you're exercising. I'm going to look at it in a different way. When we're taking in foods that our body's not meant to eat, okay, and the body creates certain acids from those foods with obstructions, and when we're doing exercise, vigorous exercise, and we're creating the so-called acid, they're two different things in my book. One, the body is creating. One, we're creating it through the foods that we eat that are not correct. They're two different things, and the ones that I can guarantee you, the ones that the foods that are not correct are much more damaging than the one your body makes through exercise.
Okay.
The ones that your body makes through exercise, you can get rid of them much easier because they're in plasmatic state.
Interesting.
So we're expanding on the knowledge. We're expanding. We're not saying it's all wrong. We're adding to it, and we're expanding. Let's bring it to another level. Let's expand on it. Let's open our minds. Don't close your minds, because if you want to stay in the matter state, you're going to limit yourself. That's all I'm saying, folks. So we take it to the stars. I call it universal hygiene. Natural hygiene, we buried it. We've thrown away the golden key. Now we have the master key. So we open all the doors to the universe.
So it's called universal hygiene now? Are we renaming this universal hygiene?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just want to put it there, and we want people to interact. We have one of the most fantastic pages for support, because my intent and emotion was to have the best support page for people interacting. We want people to tell us the good. We want people to tell us the bad. We want people to tell us the ugly, or we're not going to learn.
It's an amazing page, you guys. It is real. I mean, if you have a question, go there. That is the official source. I mean, it's amazing. And you have people 24/7 over there, don't you?
It's around the clock. We have admins around the clock on that board. So the thing I get a little bit of frustrated sometimes, because I know a lot of people don't like my directness. I'm very, very direct, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. I've been dealing with people a long time. I don't have time to deal with people who are naysayers. I don't have time to people who are not going to do. I only work with people who are going to do and commit, and I'll bend over backwards. Yeah. But my information is going to be the shortcut to you, as direct as possible, with no sugarcoating it, and some people don't like it, to help you. That's the way I do it. Yeah. And a lot of people don't like it. It's okay. You don't have to like me, but I'm here to give you results. I'm not here to make friends. But if you want to be my friend, I'll be your friend.
Yeah, you guys, honestly, Gino is working really hard for you, and he's giving this information out freely. But read his materials. Read. He has it all posted. The whole Master Fast system. So don't just come there and expect him or the admins to answer the basic questions, because that's all taught very, succinctly at his page. So read that, you guys, and go to the Facebook page and read those PDF files there too. And really don't waste their time, because they're trying to help a lot of people. When I first got on this page, just a few months ago, there was about 600 people. Now there's what you said, 8 or 10,000 now, Gino?
8,200, 8,300.
8,300 now. So it's growing really rapidly. So you read it a couple times so you get the basics down. It's very simple, really. And then they can be there to really help the people that really need assistance, and there's a lot of them that really need help right now and need their efforts. So I just wanted to put that in.
We have a lot of people that are extremely in serious condition. So, this is where my focus is to help these people. Like when people come on the page and then they start asking, what is MSF I, why is cooked grape juice? All that information is on the info provided. I do videos, you can watch videos. But, let me put it this way. What's the difference if they ask the question on the board and I re-answer it versus them going to read it? I don't see the difference. Why do I have to spend my time on you personally again when I already put my effort in? Are you paying me? No. I've already given it to you free, but you want me to give it to you free again. That's why I keep saying that most humanity were born takers. And until you start learning how to give, you cannot receive. And this is what I do. The more people take, the more I give.
This is really true. Gino, I'm going to stop you there. Healing is a current, you guys. It is a current. Don't just accept healing. Give it back, okay? Help others. It is a current. There has to be a flow there or it doesn't work, okay? And I can attest to that too. So keep the current flowing. Keep the love flowing. As Gino is alluding to, that he's opening up that current of love, that plasma love. And it's a beautiful thought just thinking about that. And that's the first time it ever hit me was tonight, Gino. Thank you for that. That's amazing. It's an amazing thought. And Gino does love you guys. Guys, Gino does love you. He is a true healer that is here to help you heal. He really is. And even Jesus overturned the tables in the temple. He's a human being, and he wants to be able to use what he knows in the most efficient way to help heal the most. I'm interjecting for you, Gino. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I'm not the best writer. I don't have the gift of the gab, like you're well spoken, Mark, and all that. That's not where I'm from. But my information is very sound, and then this is why we have results and why we've grown so quick. It's if you want to put a personality issue with me, you're not going to learn.
Right.
If you're just going to go there with an open mind to learn and to want to heal, we're here for you.
Yes.
We're here for you.
Absolutely. Now, about, one thing that got me through some tough spots, Gino, was honey. You had recommended a teaspoon of honey when you feel like you're hungry. That helped me through some times. And that doesn't turn on digestion, a little bit of honey?
No, doesn't interfere. It's because, you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Bees are very elevated being, and they take the pollen from the flowers and they convert it to a very high plasmatic state.
Wow.
And people, a lot of vegans don't like it. It's okay. You don't need to use honey. But I'm going to tell you, if bees are brought up with love and care, that honey will be beautiful if you don't steal all their honey. It'll be in a beautiful state. So it'll be good to know if you know your beekeepers. That would be the best, and they treat them properly. Otherwise, you can use a teaspoon of maple syrup. You got to understand, whatever we're taking, whether it's plants, from animals, whatever, there's all souls involved. And I was a raw vegan and vegan longer than most people. I'm no longer call myself a vegan because I don't want to limit myself to that matter state anymore. So, I look at all the souls, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to limit my interaction with, interfering with all souls at all levels, meaning plants and everything. So we're limiting our food intake so we don't have to interfere with this expression of the soul through a plant, through a fruit, through whatever. Like fruit is the least karmic for man to eat.
Yes,
because we don't harm the soul if we plant it or if it goes through us. The soul is in the seed. Now, when you're doing herbs or greens, you're stopping some of them from the seeds to express themselves, and you're destroying hundreds or thousands of souls from expressing themselves. You don't kill nothing. Nothing dies. We're just taking away from their soul expression on this matter state.
Yes. Yes.
So, I'm looking at things at a whole different level. I'm not looking at the matter state. We got all these vegans that are, about the animals. I love animals. I'll be first in line to protect the animals.
Yes.
And I'll be first in line to protect the plants.
Yes. Yes.
But we have not reached the level of understanding to stop eating physical foods yet. We're getting there. One step at a time. We're getting there. We're reducing and reducing and reducing, folks. It's a one step at a time process. It's not a race. We've been so brainwashed. We've been so corrupted in our thinking. We don't know how to think no more. It's going to take time for us to remember how to access energy through plasma state without physically eating. We're already doing it. We're already doing it through the air. It's just that we don't believe we can do it 100% of the time. That's the only obstacle is our belief system.
And you've done
subconscious mind.
You've done 11 or 12 days without any water, any food, any herbs, anything, right?
Yeah. I did it in 12 days in Italy, and it was an amazing experience. At 7 days, I think it was, I started going to dip in the cold sea in the winter there.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
Wim Hof method. I would stay in the water 15, 20 minutes. People thought I was crazy watching me. And it was an amazing experience.
Wow. Wow. And you're dry about 9 days a month?
I do minimum 9 days a month, yeah. I do 2 days a week. I'm pretty much religiously, and I do 3 days at the end of the month, and then every season change, I go as long as I can go. So I just came off of the season change in December. I did a 6.5. I had to come off it because I had a mild concussion, and I got crazy dizzy. But after that 6.5 days, it healed it. And then I took a 2-day break, and I went another 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So from Tuesday to Thursday or Friday, I'm dry fasting pretty much every week.
So if someone wanted to dip their toes into this, right? They're a food eater. They're completely living in the matter state, as many are. I'm one.
Yeah,
you've gotten me over a little bit. I'm learning, and I'm keep on pushing into that. But for someone who this is all brand new and it seems way out there, what do you think about someone coming in and doing the master fast system, but maybe doing the raw juice, or maybe even doing one fruit meal or a salad a day? Because I heard some people are still getting mucoid plaque release even with doing a fruit or a salad a day. Yeah.
Yeah, we call that the hybrid. I designed it for children, young children, and for the elders. Because young children, for certain reasons, we don't want to put them on a fast through the system. And so we're getting great results with people who have put the young children on the hybrid, we call it. Basically, it's exactly the same as master fast, except at the end of the day, you eat a fruit meal. And if the fruit meal is not enough, then you can do a salad or a raw soup. Now, you want to do it within an hour window. So you eat your fruit, basically. If you're still hungry, 15, 20 minutes or so, then you start eating your salad. So basically, it's as one meal. And we're getting good results on this system as well.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, I'm just going to release a new hybrid tonight.
Oh, really?
Okay?
Oh, wow. You've heard it first here. Great. So that's great news. That is fantastic news for the people who are worried about nutrition. They worry about, go ahead.
It's not about nutrition, guys. It's not about nutrition. It's the formulas from Arnold Ehret is V equals D, take away O. Vitality equals power, take away obstruction. Okay, so if you have obstruction in your body, the body uses power, your vitality goes down. Remove obstruction, the body doesn't have to use power to remove those obstructions, vitality goes up. That's how simple the formula works.
Yeah.
So, once you remove the obstructions, you have access to the inner infinite supply of one creation, abundant energy. Forget about matter. Matter doesn't matter. That's how we're healing. We're not healing with nutrition. Nutrition is a lie, folks. You're looking at a limited state again.
Are you're blowing up everything tonight, Gino. Every known paradigm is being shattered right now.
Folks, on Master Fast, you're not going to hear things you're going to hear everywhere else. That's for sure. We've already done all that. So, The hybrid is also pretty powerful, but tonight I'm going to give you another one, and it is something that I've been thinking about, and I know it'll work because of what I understand, my little understanding of plasma. Instead of eating a fruit meal, the way we're going to normally eat it, we're going to use it in a cooked state.
Oh now, my God! Oh, wait a minute! Stop!
Yeah.
Stop!
Listen to this.
Oh my God!
You do your juice and your herbs all day, and then your meal is going to be half a jar of Concord grape jam or a dark berry jam, and you blend it with a half a lemon, and that'll be the super hybrid master fast.
Oh my God! Okay, so explain why that is going to be more powerful. Let's hear this.
I've done I did a small test on it. It'll work. I know already. So we have 3 versions of it now. I haven't told anybody yet. You guys are the first to hear.
Wow.
We are working with fields, and the one thing I'm going to mention is you cannot kill energy, folks, and I'll explain why. Energy can only be it cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. We know that. So what are we doing when we're cooking? We're not killing. You can't kill. You can't kill a soul.
Right.
You're transforming it. We're putting it. We're opening up the structure on an atomic level, putting it back to where it came from. Meaning, we're putting it back into a stronger plasmatic gravitational magnetic field strength. That's what we're doing with cooking, folks. That's why cooked food is so addictive, and you can see it's so settling to the sun. But the problem with cooked foods, especially the animal foods and the dairy and even the vegetables to some degree, they leave too many obstructions in our body.
Yes, they're mucus forming.
Sorry?
They're mucus forming.
Yeah, the body holds on to the obstructions. They're not good. But the problem, the thing about using this type of understanding is, what do we do when we cook a tea, herbs in a tea? We're not taking in the actual fiber. What are we doing? We're putting the energy of the herbs into the water, and then we're drinking the water, and it still works. But we've killed it. No, we haven't killed it.
Oh, yeah.
We've changed it. We've taken the energy and put it into the water. And this is how tinctures are also in a higher order state, because we're using alcohol. Alcohol is spirit. Alcohol is also known as spirit.
Yes.
And what does the alcohol do? It takes the spirit of the plant into itself and delivers it to our spirit. Alcohol is one of the best delivery systems. It not only works on the physical, it works on the spiritual side as well. Okay. And this is what people don't understand about alcoholic tinctures. Wow. They are powerful. That's all we use, that and the tea.
I always just thought it was just the sort of solvent powers of the alcohol that was doing that. Just
no.
Yeah.
We're bringing it to a higher order. It's also we're doing it. We're changing it to a plasmatic state, a stronger plasmatic state by infusing it in alcohol. And we're doing the same thing with the tea when we cook it. We're doing the same thing with the juice. But like I said, you can live on this master fast. Like we have Martin in Germany. He's pretty much living on it, folks. It's coming up to a year, and he stopped losing weight and he put muscle on. Whatever you want to believe, don't have to believe what I'm telling you. We have many ways to help people. You can go the raw route, go for it. You're not going to get results we're getting. We've already been down that route. You want to experiment? Go for it. We're all for it. Yeah. I already know what's going to happen. I've already been down those roads. I've done so many different types of juice fasts over these 26 years. A lot of different ones. Yeah. Green juices, you plateau very quick. I've done many raw grape juice fasts. We were getting these beautiful dark black grapes from South Africa up here in Toronto, being imported for a few years, and we were buying them by the cases, and I did tons of juices on those. Nothing near juice fasts, and nothing compared to the cooked grape juices.
Wow. So good news. So people don't have to believe you. They can come in with their own idea of doing some raw juices and a meal. Even now you're saying a cooked jam meal. So there's different ways you can come in. Gino is just here to tell you what he's experienced and what the feedback is coming in of what's
Yeah.
working at the highest level. Because as Gino, we all know there's a lot of suffering on this planet right now, and a lot of people
Yeah.
need high healing right now. No messing
Yeah.
around. We got to get down to business now.
We also have women that are breastfeeding that were on the hybrid as well.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say about someone who's, okay, so you're you've been doing this a long time. Myself too. I kind of walked right into this, no problem. Somebody just off the streets of doing the standard American diet, are they gonna hurt themselves if they jump into this?
Okay. If I lose the line, Mark, I'll call you right back, because sometimes I have a time limit on this stupid thing.
No problem.
I'll just call you back. But anyway, is somebody going to hurt themselves off a SAD diet? I put anybody on it from a SAD diet. Sometimes we can gauge somebody if they're really toxic. What I'll recommend is do a green juice fast for 1 or 2 weeks and then jump in. But if, let's say, I put somebody from a SAD diet onto it and it becomes too overwhelming, we fall back on the green juice to cool off. For a few days, a week, and then we go back in. This has happened many times, and we've had no issues. We've had some pretty severe healing reactions with people, but guess what? They all come through and stronger at the other end.
Right. It's the lung issues that really are the problem ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
The lungers. Yeah.
You have to have trust, and we call it a nature's operating table without a surgeon's knife. You have to have trust. You have to have faith that your body knows how to heal, and it knows much more than you. If you start using your mind, you're going to fail every time.
Interesting. So do you believe in the placebo effect?
Of course.
Yeah.
Intent and emotion. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Of course. But, there's people who were so skeptical and they still got results.
I'm one of them. I couldn't believe I was not expecting that on day 3.
There you go.
What is this smell? I haven't smelled anything like that since the standard oil bathroom in some podunk town. God.
It's beautiful when we can all learn together. There's no animosity with anybody. We love everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I said I'm direct with the info. Don't take me personally. Take the info I'm giving it to you with love and total respect.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about the way I failed English. I don't have gift of the gab. I can't write. Don't worry about that. My heart is in the right place.
Absolutely.
If you don't believe me, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I put myself out there.
Yeah, well, it takes somebody like you, Gino, to kind of be able to come in and handle all the pounding, because you're rattling a lot of cages right now. I can see the emails and the comments coming in. It's all good though. You got a lot of people on your side because you are healing a lot of people, or helping them heal and helping them understand what healing is.
They're doing all the work, Mark.
Yeah.
We just support. I can't do it for anybody. We just support people, and like I said, we'll bend over backwards for anybody. As long as you commit, and you do.
Yeah.
We so many emotional breakdowns that come through the fast and so on. This is where the healing happens, folks.
Right.
Don't expect anything, but embrace it and love it and let it go.
Yeah.
And let the healing happen, because your body knows how to heal.
Yes.
And it's not done through nutrition.
Yes.
It's a lie.
Yes. And I have to say that even if you don't think you particularly need healing, do this anyways, because you're going to be surprised at the level you get to, and the level that you were used to living at are two separate things. Am I right about that?
You're just going to expand.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. You'll just expand.
Yeah.
I don't care where you are in your life. You're just going to expand going through a massive fast. 40 days. We like to really recommend a long one, the first one. 108 days. I like to shoot people. Not everybody's going to do this because they're testing the waters, and some people do their second one as a long one. It doesn't matter, but we have this system. It's not something that you do one time and you forget about it. We want you to do a long one, and then we want you to do 2 or 4 short ones every year as a maintenance, including keeping dry fasting as part of your lifestyle when you're eating.
Right.
You never let dry fasting go. This is a whole lifestyle system.
Right.
It's not a one-time thing. You can't heal with one thing.
Right.
You're not going to heal everything in 108 days. It's scratching the surface, as we say.
You said 7 years?
Happening.
7 years to heal?
I say 7 to 9 years because
7 to 9.
Once you've committed to that, basically you're going to do it for life.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's definitely part of my life now, for sure. I could see it being part of my life forever. Yeah. No question about that. You had mentioned.
Think about how much.
Go ahead, Gino. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Just think about how much you're going to save on your medical stuff and your food and everything else, and how much happier and healthier, and you're going to have more time to do things. So go on, Mark.
Well, and getting those, getting all those obstructions out of the body. I mean, my body feels like I'm 35 and I'm 60. I can't believe it. I'm skiing and surfing like I'm a kid. It's just crazy, and just feeling looser and all that. It's amazing in that respect. You had mentioned, it might be in the protocols. You had mentioned it that at about day 60 you can add a superfood powder if you feel.
Okay. Listen, I put that in there because some people have a hard time when they go on these long ones. Now, mentally, emotionally, some people need some settling, and we put that in there. So if somebody really believes they need it, then they add it. But it's a belief system. You don't need it. It's only for your belief system. We also came up with the vegetable broth, where we use the kidney tea as your base, but you put all different vegetables. I like to do all different herbs. You can put vegetables, and that's your tea. And you're drinking that 2 times a day with the tinctures, and that's an very emotional settling for people.
That was great for me, especially when it was cold.
Yeah, we've thought of everything. We have the plasma pudding. You basically feel like you're eating. We have the broth. We have the champagne drink that we celebrate after our dry fast. We got it all, folks. We got the pictures. It feels like you're living like a king. It doesn't feel like you're fasting.
And I'm going to be leading that 108-day fast starting on the spring equinox. We already have, I think it was almost 500 people interested in that page.
Amazing.
So I'm just going to provide inspiration, you guys, and Gino's sites are the official place to get the master fast system, and if you have the health questions, there's the expert admins on there. How many have? About 20 of the people that have that are considered, what do you call it, the golden key holders, I think, master key holders.
Yeah. Anybody who does 108 days full master fast gets a golden key.
I'm gonna get my golden key. All right.
The master key, and we have quite a few that actually have done it, and all the admins have achieved that status, and that's why they're there, and they hand select them because of their experience and their knowledge in helping people.
Yes, yeah.
And then I don't like anybody bashing anybody. You can bash me all you want, don't bash my admins. If
I do the whole 108 days, but I have a little period where I do the modified and go back to the full, do I still get counted?
No, you won't get it.
I won't get it. Okay. Okay. Good to know.
It has to be full on master fast, full on. There's something special that happens in 108 days. It's the number 9 is divine. It's a division of 432, which is the number of creation. We got into all this. I've shared it many times.
It's all through the Vedas.
For everything. Yeah, there's many reasons in the things we've done in master fast. Everything has a reason.
Wow, interesting. Wow. Well, this has been amazing, Gino. Thank you so much for all this.
You're welcome. I want to clear up some other people, but I've talked about all this in all my videos. I know it's a lot of videos, but hey, you know how many videos I've watched? You know how many years I had to study?
Yeah.
26 years, guys. You guys are complaining about a few hours.
Well, good. Well, I'm working on that with you, Gino, about that. The simplified, just a little crib note, so they can maybe keep it with them. We could work on that together a little bit more.
Yep.
That would be nice. And maybe I was going to say
simplifying things.
Yeah.
Like let's put it this way: forget about all the plasma stuff. Just look at the basics of what we need to do in the master fast. Without thinking about all the plasma, follow the directions. Use the board for support. Ask intelligent questions, and you're going to get results.
Absolutely. And I'll post daily inspirations, just spiritual uplifting, things like that on that page that I did. and try to just come up with a lot of fun ways to keep you guys motivated and in the game and feeling good about yourself. And that's going to be a great experiment for me too. So
yeah, all of you are following Dr. Morris. We love Dr. Morris. We love you. Saying everybody's not going to be able to do the master fast. It's not for everybody. It doesn't resonate with everybody. This is for really serious issues with people, or for people who really just want to expand in a physical, spiritual level. It's not for everybody. We don't. There's many things many routes you can take, but I haven't found anything personally that even comes close to the level of healing that we're getting. That's my opinion. It's biased, but you can ask the people who've been through it. They're going to tell you the same thing.
Well, many people are getting the calling, and they're coming for whatever reason. That's the way it's working out. So a lot of people are being called to this, and it's at a time. It's the time has come. You can't stop a good idea whose time has come. So
like I go, you're not on the stage by accident. It doesn't happen.
That's true. It's true. We were all brought here for this. Absolutely. Well, great. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Does anybody have any quick questions?
Well, I've been ignoring everybody. I've just been watching the bottom of the page because I didn't want to if the audio cut out. Let's see. Let me go through real quick and see what we can do here. Are you planning to do a retreat at any time?
Myself?
Yeah. No. To have a master fast retreat where people can go.
Yeah, the Kiwis have done it in New Zealand. They already had one.
Oh, how'd it work out?
Amazing. They all loved it. I don't have to be the one, guys. This is for everybody. I see people doing it all over the world. I got invited to Finland, a hotel through Laura. She says you can use the hotel anytime during the winter to do one free.
Yeah. Wow.
And I got invited to New Zealand, Australia. I got invited to South Africa. Guys, it's only one of me, and it's thousands of you. Everybody's got to start doing it. Also, the other thing I really, really highly recommend everybody start doing is connecting with each other. If you live close to each other, if anybody needs support and somebody can't get up, can't do enemas, can't make their juice, go help them, because we can't rely on the medical system.
That's great.
If you need to go to ER, you go to ER. If that's where you're at, that's where you're at.
Yes.
Come home and then start healing. But if people start helping each other, man, oh man, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, that's great. Let's make this a community, you guys, and take it out into the physical world too. Because we can help each other in a physical way as well.
Exactly.
A question just came up, Gino. Some people have been saying that they take that psyllium pudding and it kind of locks up their bowels. I tell them start really slow, right? What do you think? Like a half a tablespoon to start?
Okay, yeah. We have a range, guys. We have a 1 to 4 tablespoon range. You start on a low end all the time because most people's bowels are not working properly and they're all gunked up. And once things start moving, you start increasing it slowly. Just like the dry fasting window. We start on the low end. And the juice, most people start on drinking more at the beginning, and slowly they start drinking less because they need less.
Right.
So we always do things slowly, and at the beginning it's probably a good idea to drink more juice to wash your GI tract out. It's probably a better idea. And then after you're going to see, you won't be able to drink as much. You'll calm down.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as the GI tract starts cleaning out, you're going to have less and less. But
I started on a gallon a day. I did a gallon a day in the beginning. I was so hungry, and then I ended up doing less than a quart at the end.
Yeah. But if a tablespoon is even too much of the pudding, go to a teaspoon. But you need to do at least a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, okay.
If you want to have those toxins and everything else absorbed, folks. You do not want to leave that out.
Okay, so here's a tough question, Gino. You ready?
Yep.
Ready for a tough one? Why does Gino...
I'm always getting one.
Why does Gino have to do so much master fasting? Why is he not healed yet?
Why am I not healed yet? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I've shared my story many times. I reached a very high level of health, 9 years on raw, over 9 years, 100% raw. I was living on basically fruit and sprouts that I grew all myself, all grown with ocean water. If I used to get compliments of my hair and my skin. What are you doing? People out of the blue. And then to try and expand, I started listening to the science saying that fruit sugar is bad for you. So what did I do? I went that route, full head on like I do everything else. And I went hard in that route. And also in those days, I was doing the cacao, the raw cacao, which started coming out.
Oh, yeah, that was a big movement.
That burnt out my adrenals, that thing right away. And then getting into this high-fat raw vegan, meaning you're doing a lot of fat, a lot of greens, and no sweet fruit. You're doing the non-sweet fruits, the cucumbers, the peppers, and so on and so forth. I got into that really heavily for almost 3 years. My friend died doing it.
Oh my
God. It almost killed me.
Wow.
But the thing was, when I do things, I go to the extreme, and I reached the point where I kept ignoring signals of things that I should have not ignored. Days went by, weeks went by, months went by, I kept ignoring, detox, and eventually all my hair started falling out, all my teeth got destroyed, my vision, this, that, and the other thing, and I destroyed myself. I ended up getting a tremendous fungus infection that almost killed me. I lost all my weight, and it lasted like 5-6 weeks, and then guess what happened? I watched the Dr. Morse video, and the light came on. I go, what the fuck am I doing? Sorry my language. I go, I know this stuff. I got to go back. And here I am again, and I've healed a lot of that damage. I have my GI tract so full of sulfur from years of taking MSM powder. Full of sulfur. Full. And that's why my hair all fell out. It's completely impacted. And everything else. So I'm working at it, it was such a shock to my emotion of what happened, because I was actually trying to bring myself to a better, higher level, and it backfired on me because the information was bull crap. So it destroyed me emotionally. For a few years, I was completely out of whack. I lost all my memory, and I don't know. I wrote the story somewhere. So many things happened. I didn't want to talk about it. I forgot about it. But slowly but surely, everything's coming back. All my joints. I had severe pain for over 6 months when I went back on fruit. Severe, because I was working hard with heavy weights, and I built a lot of strength. On that diet, you'll build strength because it's very stimulating. But what it did is it completely blocked up all my lymph system. I mean, completely. That's why all my hair fell out. And I lost my vision and so on and so forth. So, I'm working at it. I have to repair all this damage I've done. And if you want to base it on what I look like, go ahead. You don't need to do it. If you want to base it on what everybody else is achieving, then you're going to look at different stories. We have miracles happening every day, and there's miracles that happen in my body. You don't know what the level I was at next to death. And like I said, my friend passed away. He was the same age as me, doing the same diet.
Well, yeah, it sounds like.
Other friends.
I mean, it sounds like you have. Are you still there, Gino?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like you have a whole lot of chi in your body right now, and you're working massive hours. So I think you're doing great. And my experience is that I'm healing on a physical level. I uncover new depths of healing all the time, and also on a spiritual level. I think I'm starting to believe, Gino, that this is really a planet that we've arrived at for healing, and that when we heal at a very high level, we move on out of here. That's just what's coming into me intuitively. I think we're always healing, always detoxing, always healing.
Exactly, and you'd never want to stop that. And when you stop that is when you start decaying and dying. So, this is the problem. So we want to keep expanding and expanding and expanding. And how do we do that? We keep cleaning our temple, restrict our food intake, keep restricting. So we need less and less and less. And as we keep doing that, we keep going within, and we have access to everything.
Lojaved Katz is asking, does this affect bipolar? Can you do this if you're bipolar?
Why not? I don't care what the name the medical mafia gives it.
Have you seen any healing of people bipolar or schizophrenic or any kind of these mental issues?
We have somebody who's doing it, who's got some issues mentally, and I can't remember what day he's on. He's pretty far in. I don't know if I ever talked about the guy with mental issues that he cleared it up on the fast.
Wow.
It's no, listen, guys, let me put it simple for you. Our body it only can recognize two things. It can recognize balance and imbalance. Mm-hmm. Nothing else. Okay. All those names medical mafia has, give it back to them. They own them. They're patented, trademarked, and everything. Give it back to them, because if you use them, you've taken on those names and everything associated with them. So give those names back, get your body cleaned up, and it'll go back to balance. It's that simple.
Okay.
You don't have to, if you're going to look for all these different names, and because this guy hasn't done it yet, because it's not like my disease and all that, you don't understand healing.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you got to get away from that labeling. That's all those they can copyright and patent things with the labels. So they're just calling these obstructions different names, really.
I mentioned one sec. I mentioned briefly before, we have access to a perfect blueprint. Let it sink in.
It's true. The divine creator would have nothing less.
Exactly.
Okay, so Bert is saying 43 days into a full-blown master fast. Haven't noticed too much yet, other than lots of kidney filtration and mucoid plaque. Hoping some symptoms start to melt soon. So 43 days sounds like Bert might be getting a little discouraged, or wanting to know when he's going to start seeing some real big results here.
Well, what's his problem? What's his age? What's his lifestyle been like? We need to know a lot of different things. How many tinctures is he on? 42 days is a long time. Like I said, we had one case. Nothing started happening until 60 days. Then he started releasing the most horrendous crap, and then his spinal straightened out.
Wow, he wanted to hold on.
Let's put it this way. Sometimes some people, 108 days won't be enough. It depends how locked up they are.
Right.
I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, true.
I don't know where they're at.
True. So, Bert, if you chime in, let us know where you're at in that regard, and we can help you out there in that. Let's see. I'm on Master Fast or hybrid version for over a year now, and my paralysis on the right side of my body is melting big time. Wow, there you go. Another paralysis. This is Geeka 7. Geeka 7. Geeka, who are you? Let us know who you are.
I wish they would share these stories,
Yeah, well, let's get a name here. Absolutely. Send in a testimonial, Geeka 7, please. We need more testimonials. This really helps people get their belief system and get their mind around this, so they can let in that energy. If you block that energy, like I said, healing is a flow. You have to let it in and let it back out. Share it.
Both ways, exactly, Mark. You have to have it both ways. And this is a challenge. I hear so many people through the Concord grapevine that are doing the Master Fast that are not on our pages.
Really? Wow.
And it's sad that they're not sharing. Yeah, I hear it over and over.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, share it, you guys. Make little videos, post on there, help everybody out. Testimonials really help.
We want the good, we want the bad, and we want the ugly. We're not shy of anything, because we're not going to learn and we're not going to expand without it. And like I said, 108 days, folks. It's only scratching the surface.
Wow.
That's a good start. It's an amazing start. For some of us, it'll barely be a scratch of the surface.
So here's Geeka 7. I'm kind of scrolling up. So here's an earlier post. Mark, I did 2 years in the fall, almost 2 bushels of fresh Concord grapes. I was juicing every single day for 2 to 3 months with lemon, and I know the difference. It didn't do much to my neural condition, and as soon as I started Master Fast system, things finally took off big time. So I know I experienced a 10-fold difference, to say the least. 2 bushels every week for 2 to 3 months.
People are calling all of us liars. There you go, folks.
Wow.
I don't share anything that doesn't work. If whoever knows me, I will only share from the heart of what works, because I got burnt and I almost died, and I lost a lot of money.
Wow. Well, yeah, Geeka, put the testimonial up on the page there on Facebook.
Please do, because people are bashing me left, right, and center all the time, and it's okay.
It's okay, Gino.
Because emotions run very high when people are sick.
Absolutely.
And we understand.
And there's no real way to, that's why I did this, you guys, so I could experience. I couldn't just talk about it. I had to experience it. And that experience sold me. So that's really it. Experience it yourself. We're just guys on the internet, really, and we're trying to help, and we're trying to build a good case of trust here. And we need your testimonials too. And so far so good. I mean, it's really growing, but we need more help.
Yeah.
There's so many ways we can take this. We can really grow this into a gigantic worldwide movement. We're just starting out, so this is really great news for everybody, and bring healing.
We haven't even scratched the surface, Mark. It's amazing. Gabriel's, when did he start? He started just over a year ago in the fall, and he did the first one with 60 days, and then he stayed on the Master Fast Hybrid up until the summer doing the dry fasting, and now he's on over day 90-something on the second Master Fast. And he's really pushing dry fasting this time. He's going 3-4 days a week. He's doing the Cascade, so just watch what's going to happen, folks. Just watch.
Well, a guy wrote in, and he basically, I'll paraphrase what he said. He said that the cache has been proven wrong. It's the dry fasting that's working. How do you respond?
The what's been proven wrong?
The cache has been proven wrong, and I guess there's some kind of a video up. I skipped by his thing. He said there's a video up that's mocking it or something. It's really the dry fasting that's doing the healing, and not the plasma fields.
The cache has been proven wrong?
So I guess what he's saying, Gino, is that if you just did dry fasting, you'd get the same results.
It's good luck. There's other dry fasting groups out there, and they're not getting results we're getting. I just mentioned Elena, who's went to Filonov dry fasting clinic in Russia, who wrote the book on dry fast, and she's doing a master fast now, and she's healed her problem which she couldn't solve. So believe whatever you want, guys. The level of understanding for the people bashing the Kesh, Mr. Kesh, Mir and Kesh, because their level of intelligence doesn't allow them to understand it, and they bash him. And just like people are bashing me about the cooked grape juice, their level of understanding cannot comprehend it.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah. No. That's what it is. Until you move into this mindset, you're gonna bash and try to hold on what you think is right, and I understand that. The natural what is it the movement that does all the water fasting, natural hygiene movement, was really bashing Dr. Morse for still do.
Yeah.
It's still a big battle going on there.
I would never put anybody on a water fast anymore, Mark, from what we've learned in the last year.
They seem a lot harder. I mean, these people are laid out doing the water fast and going through all this pain. It's needless, it looks like to me.
And let me put it this way, Mark. Just quickly, I'll explain it. There's no such thing as water fasting in nature. Animals, when they get sick or injured, they lay there, they're not drinking water. They dry fast. And water fasting is a man-made conception, and what it does is it actually stresses out your kidneys to hell. But yeah, it's kind of simulating a dry fast, because water is actually dehydrating at the cellular level. This is what I teach, because hydration is not about water, it's about hydrogen, and we get that through our plants. And through the air. So when you do a water fast, it's a stress level. And you've done a poll not too long ago on water fasting produces zero kidney filtration, exactly what I was teaching.
That's right. The poll directed me right to dry fasting. I was blown away when I got those results. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about you guys.
I was teaching this, and when I see your poll, I go, there you go, confirmation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if you want to do a water fast, go for it. It ain't gonna be doing what we're doing with master fast.
Yeah, it's definitely being proven. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. So there you go. We have covered a lot tonight, and I think there's. I hope I've been able to straighten out some ideas through people and get them a better understanding. Some of them are still going to bash us. It's okay. You can bash me all you want. It's just like I said, your level of understanding doesn't allow you to understand what we're talking about, and that's where you're at. We love you. We elevate your soul to balance, correctness, and peace, and maybe next lifetime. No, I think this has been a great call, Gino, because I really feel that I have a friendlier feeling about this. Not that, okay, you guys, when you do this 108 day, if you try to do 100, whatever days you guys can do is okay with me. But you know, that you have to be hardcore and you've got to do only this and that. You've actually added a lot of flexibility, a lot of things you can do.
Yeah,
and you
we
know,
have ranges. We have ranges of things, adjustments you can make to suit yourself. You want to stay within the system of the way we teach because it's very sound. You know,
yes.
Your dry fasting days could be shrunken, can be extended. They don't have to be consistent, but you need to stick to what we're teaching, and you need to stick to having all the ingredients that we're talking about to keep it safe.
Yes.
And effective.
And it's my hope that people will come aboard at the, you know, at whatever level they can, as you described, within those parameters, and feel the sucre that I felt and want to push further in. That's what I'm hoping, that this is a doorway in for them to really feel the magic of when you really start cleansing down. I believe I was cleansed greatly down even to the cellular level.
Yeah, well, you got to understand, like I've mentioned before, the dry fasting we are a glorified dry fast.
Yes.
But we've taken it to a different level because you're not going to get these levels eating in dry fasting. You're not going to reach them. We've been down those roads. I've been dry fasting for over 3 years. You need to be doing something more, and the key is to clean that GI tract, and this is where we shine. And
yes.
And the dry fasting, there's nothing that's going to touch it until we start getting more into the plasma. We'll see. That's a whole other ball game, that I haven't even gotten into. What's happening in the plasma world? I got people off the diabetic medications just with some plasma water. They're not changing their diets or anything. So, this level of understanding is whatever it's at. It doesn't matter. We're going to see more and more happening with plasma technology as the years go through, come by. But guys, until you've done 108 days of master fast, don't talk. Don't talk about it because
don't cut it down.
You have to understand. We have two people here. We have Gabrielis and that other woman who I don't know, paralysis. Those are the most challenging, toughest cases to heal above everything.
GECA 7 is Gabrielis. GECA 7 is that is Gabrielis, Gino. Sorry. We just uncovered who GECA 7 is.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Excellent. But that's the toughest thing to heal. I don't know if you guys understand restoring nerve function.
That is the toughest. Dr. Morse concurs on that one for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and cancer. You depend. It's the only time cancer is a problem is after they've been butchered through the system.
Yep, that's been
the problem with cancer.
My experience.
If they come to us first, they would avoid a lot of headaches.
Yeah, that's been my experience as well. Absolutely. Yeah, and herpes is one of the most insidious things to get out of people. That seems that some of these things that seem relatively tame or they can take a lot of work. So so some of the things you're really afraid of are easier than some of the the seemingly innocuous things. So it's kind of strange in that regard. But wow.
Any more questions?
Let's see here. Let's see.
We're going for a marathon.
I'm kind of skipping over some of the obvious ones here, which I can get to later.
I like intelligent questions.
Yeah, I'm just trying to save you that.
It's funny. A lot of people bash me. How come you're not healed? How come you look all gray and all that? I don't see them asking other healers these questions, but they ask me.
They come after Dr. Morse. They come after Dr. Morse a lot. Yeah, I don't like that. That guy. You're in the presence of Dr. Morse. That guy is pure white light, blazing energy. He stood on his feet hours a day, just pounding information nonstop at a high level.
I know. Unbelievable. It just shows the level people are at. They did whatever. Doesn't matter.
I just had a good question. It just disappeared. Okay, here it is. They're still trying to work out these bugs, I think, on Facebook. I mean, it just all disappeared. Oh my gosh. The whole chat just blew up here. What the heck? Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so someone's trying to heal heart from scleroderma. I thought kidneys were filtering, cloudy and sediment within 30 minutes finally, but next morning clear again. Yeah, again, we don't have enough information. Anybody posting any results with scleroderma on your testimonials or in your
That's aggressive cancer. Is that the aggressive cancer?
No, it's where your skin gets super acidic and starts crunching in on you and almost like I guess it does strangle you.
What does? Sorry, what gets super acidic?
Your skin. It's
yeah. Your skin. Oh,
yeah.
Scleroderma. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had people with skin issues. It's skin issue is very emotionally tied. You're gonna have to do a lot of digging, and you're gonna have to be really focused. 108 days will be a good start. There's a few people. Actually, one woman posted her skin condition cleared up pretty quick. I don't remember how many days she did out of Belgium. I don't remember the name. Too many people to remember. But like I said, all these conditions is useless. Look at balance and imbalance. That's all the body can see. So clean it up, body puts itself back into balance. It's really that simple.
It's that simple.
We don't have to think about it.
Here's Natzanya. Natzanya is on Master Fast Day 101, healing a spinal cord injury. Wow.
I don't know. I know her.
You don't know her?
Nastasia. I don't know. She has.
Brinyamin?
I remember the name now. Yeah, okay, I see it. No, I didn't know she had a spinal cord injury.
Yeah, she's on day 101, and
nice, beautiful.
Yeah. She still feels she's getting out toxins on day 101. Well, you can kick out mucoid plaque for. I mean, how long did people kick out mucoid plaque? I know people have said they've gone a whole 108 days kicking it out. So.
108 days, people still release it.
God, how do we live? I mean, how does the body still function with all this crap in there?
I don't know, Mark. That's the same question I have. But honestly, when people have done the long master fast, the mucoid plaque gets less and less and less.
Yeah. A guy has brain fog and memory. I know that clears out. That's because the head clears when the GI tract is clean. You guys, the head gets real clean. It's an amazing connection between the two.
Yeah, for sure.
Any thoughts on that? I hear it's because of the way that we formed in the embryo, that everything kind of came off that colon there.
Yeah. And the GI tract is probably the first brain, and this is the challenge I have because I'm so full of sulfur, and that sulfur is a super glue to our cell structure.
Oh yeah.
We got people getting it out, but I have so much. So I'm working on it. I'm not perfect. I fall down just like everybody else, but I'm working on it. I've done so much fasting, so much dry fast.
Oh, yeah.
I keep going.
Oh yeah. Hey, what do you think about turpentine? Stephanie's asking because that's something that I'm trying to get my head around too. Is turpentine? I've always gotten that at the paint shop.
It's a wonderful herb. I've shown people that a herbalist friend of mine showed me how to make a wonderful cough syrup lung tonic through the Christmas tree, which is the spruce tree up here, and we use the spruce buds, and we do it with honey. And it tastes very similar to turpentine because it's made from the same tree.
Oh.
So it's just another herb. And we've asked people to experiment with it on Master Fast to see how it would work for people who are willing to. And it's not part of the Master Fast, but we're experimenting with it. And I don't change things till I know and I see repeated results over and over a few times. And then when I do that, I'll make it part of the system because it's another beautiful herb. And if you understand the concept of why there's multiple herbs in each tincture, in each formula, it's because they have astrological signs. Each plant has an astrological sign. And each astrological sign can work with one person, but maybe not with another. So when you have multiple, you're covering the whole base of all your astrological signs. So the herb formula will work with everybody.
Oh wow!
And that's Dr. Morse's genius.
Wow. Yeah, he's good at putting related herbs together, so it forms its own interaction, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What about? Hold on, there was a good question here. Have you seen people's eyes change color with the Master Fast system?
Yes, we've seen people changing eyes in as little as 50 days.
50 days. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's fast. Because really, you should only be doing eye photos every 6 months to a year at the most.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Now,
we've seen Mark. We've seen lacunas closing in 50, 60 days, starting to close. You can see the difference.
That is truly amazing, because I've been telling people don't really hope for those lacunas to change much unless you do this quite a long time.
Yeah. The first one off the top of my head is Gina. What's her last name? I don't remember. She posted her eyes, and she was so happy. She did 54 days. Her lacunas were starting to close. She's in her 20s.
Wow. Wow.
So, guys, everything is possible. Everything.
This is a good question. Is plasma related to the angstroms? You know how Dr. Morse talks about angstrom levels, and that when you cook the food, the vibrational, I guess the angstrom energetic vibrational level drops.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
I remember reading about angstroms a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure how they measure angstroms. Plasma, number one right now, we really don't have a way of measuring it with any instruments. Okay?
Okay.
There are people who can see fields, like there's people who can see auras. It's the same thing. But the actual way of measuring it, there is nothing right now. There's people who have done very simple forms of things that you know it's there because it can be moved with the hand without touching things and so on. There's some videos showing it, but actual measurement of plasma does not exist at the moment. So you have to just know and understand it and believe in it, and that's all you need, because that's the force where we come from. And if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. It doesn't matter.
Right.
We still love you.
And the force still loves you.
Yeah.
We all come out of infinite love, I believe. So.
Yeah.
Do you feel that that this Master Fast is more powerful during certain astrological times?
It may be, but we're going so long. We're going through so many.
Yeah.
So, spring and fall are probably the best times to do fast.
That's why I figured the spring equinox is a great time to launch.
Yeah.
The sun is sitting right on the equator. It starts to move up into the northern hemisphere, bringing power. So I think it's a great time to do that. From my astrolot, I'm not really big into it, but it seems like it's the most auspicious time. So.
Yeah, I started another Master Fast. I'm on my second week. So here I go.
Here you go again. Someone had a question about arcus senilis, that's cholesterol plaquing in the head. That's going to move it. Absolutely. Yeah, you bet. This is dissolving mucus as it's going through, right? You're removing obstructions, which are mucus, acids, toxins, everything. How about heavy metals? Heavy metal release.
Mark, balance and unbalance. Forget about all those names. That's all we look at. Imbalance and balance.
Yep.
That's all the body can recognize. So if it doesn't belong in your body, what's the body going to do when you're on a fast? The fast puts your body in an extreme dumping mode, meaning it's going to get rid of everything it doesn't need. And what do herbs? Let me go a little bit more into the herbs just quickly. Herbs are they also have a gravitational magnetic field, but herbs, because they go on the ground, they have a stronger gravitational field. Now, the gravitational field is the taker. The magnetic field is the giver. So the fruits that grow high, they have more of a giving. They have more magnetical, where the herbs have more of the taking. So what do herbs actually do? How do herbs help you heal? They take what you don't need. And I'll give you a perfect example of how that works. For example, when you're pulling a tumor with a salve, what does it do? It pulls the tumor out.
Yes.
Because it's taking what you don't need. I hope I cleared up how herbs work. They don't give you anything. They take what you don't need.
That's what Dr. Most always talks about, the pulling. The pulling, he always says they're pulling the toxins out.
It's the gravitational field that does it.
Interesting. I never thought of it like that. I was always feeling just the puckering of the mouth, like when you bite into a lemon, the astringency factor.
No. This is why we threw out the nutrition crap. It doesn't work that way. It works by field interaction.
Instead of grains, shipping grains to starving countries, they should send Welch's grape juice. Pretty good idea there, Lajaved. I think we should all buy stock in Welch's company. What do you think?
Yeah. They should be paying me royalties, man.
I'm telling you.
And then we can help more people.
Yeah.
But guys, it's not only the grape juice, but grape is so popular. People love the taste. All kids love it. It's readily available in most places. But honestly, there's probably a dark fruit in every country, every continent that you can use.
Oh, someone was still directing people to your old site. His new site, guys, it's not that Yola site thing anymore. It's masterfastsystem.com. Masterfastsystem.com.
It's okay. I have a link on the old site too.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So that's good. People can find you a lot easier. What about? I know you're playing around with this GANs and these healing pads. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Do we want to get into that as well?
Yeah, just real quick. The layman's quick one.
Yeah, well, GANs, but GANs means gas and nanostate, and when we open up a structure, we're putting in a semi-matter state, and that's what we're doing with these GANs material. And you can make any element into a GAN state. Any element, including all the foods, you can make into GAN state, and pretty much anything. You can make an infinite amount of things into GAN state. Anything that exists can be made into GANs. So when you put it in these states, we've opened up the structure atomically to release its energy, and every nanoparticle has the potential of the sun. Think about that. Every little nanoparticle has the potential of the sun.
Wow.
And not only that, is we are made up of GAN material. So every little nanoparticle in our being has the potential of the sun.
Jeez.
That's the power we have, and it's all controlled through intent and emotion. So when we're doing these materials, the CO2 and the CH3 and the zinc oxide, which is very good for emotion, and the copper oxide, which is good for bacteria and so on and so forth. What these things help us do, without you ingesting them, they have a strong gravitational magnetic field, and they're always seeking balance. So we can use their energy to energize water, and then we take in the water. This is how I took a few people off of diabetic medicine in Italy. I was giving them the plasma water. And they weren't doing anything else. They were adding it to their coffee. They didn't change their diet. And then all of a sudden, one of my my children's cousin goes, I don't know, man, but I don't have to take my pill in the morning. It could be the water.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And I was giving out plasma pads, which we infused the water with the energy, and then we put it in a Ziploc bag with paper or cloth, and we just close it up, and you give it to people. And I had one of my children's aunts who was hunched over with a real bad back. In a few days, she straightened up, and she thanked me a million times. But I've done this a lot in Italy, and also over here I've given out a lot. Some people feel the effect, some people don't. But it's whether you feel it or not, it's actually working with you because it works on the spirit level, the GANs material. They don't work on the physicality, because once you solve that, the physicality has to change. It's got no choice. We like to explain that the environment dictates outcome. So the environment of your body will dictate the outcome. The environment of your emotion will dictate the physicality. So this is how we work with plasma. We work on the emotional level. Now, There's so many things that are happening in the plasma world. Where there's a doctor in South America, he's built a plasma station unit where you walk in and there's just field interactions. And
oh, we lost Gino. He's going to call back, you guys. He said that might happen. He's going to call back. He's on a roll tonight. He was only going to, come on for a few minutes and just talk with us, and because he wanted to get up early for his classes that he's doing. And so I said, just come on and, just come on and say hi, and we'll talk a little bit, and you can go whenever you want. And it's now turned out into a 2-hour conversation. I mean, he is on a roll. We are so lucky to have Gino here. Let's hope that he calls back and then get his line back on, because this is a great opportunity. He's really summarizing things and really clarifying things and giving us just an invitation into this. I mean, I'm kind of, I'm very happy. Oh, here he is. He's back. Okay. I'm very happy that we can come in at, a hybrid master fast way. Okay, Gino, hi.
yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, we were expecting something like that, so everybody was ready. So keep going. I forgot where you left off, but you were talking about GANs and all that.
So these materials, how they're interacting is through that figure eight field flow, giving and taking. And the way we heal is these fields are actually taking what you don't need. The same as the herbs. The way I explained the herbs are the takers. These plasmatic fields, these GANs materials are taking what your body doesn't need to allow the healing, because you have to understand, we have everything we need within. We don't need nutrition. So the problem is we are overfilled with obstructions, and by using these fields, you can overcome matter, meaning even the obstructions could be solved through field interactions, because when the environment is in the proper condition, life can form. I don't know if you've ever heard of rainstorms happening in certain areas, and then there was puddles, and all of a sudden fish would be in these puddles out of nowhere.
I haven't heard that.
This is how this is how creation works. We have one guy in class who actually witnessed it. And this happens in all levels of creation, plants, animal kingdom, everything. Immaculate conception, this is how it happens. We understand how it happens now. Environment dictates outcome.
So it comes out of the plasma state into the physical state.
Yes. It's all plasma fields creating life. And so, we can use these materials in this thing. And I was talking about the doctor in South America who got rid of cancer cases, tumors. Oh, he just showed us this case of a woman with a horrendous breast cancer, one of her breasts. And it was getting really, really big, and then it exploded. She went to the hospital, and they freaked on her. They gave her shit. They wouldn't do anything unless she did chemo. They ridiculed her. And then guess what happens? She goes back to this doctor who's retired now. He's doing only plasma. And she gives him her access to the medical records online. He goes up and looks up all her blood work. She had no cancer. They told her it had all spread. They lied to her. And he's looking at her blood work, and there was no cancer. So then they wanted to get a biopsy done. Nobody would do it. They had to go to 4 doctors before they had a biopsy done. They finally got the biopsy done. No cancer. No cancer left.
Wow.
Through plasma fields. So, guys, we're talking at whole different levels here. We have a small understanding of it. We just scratched the surface. We're going to see more as we learn more. The other research they're doing in Japan and in Africa is they're injecting GANs materials, plasma water, into the tumors. And what starts happening is for several hours, nothing happens. Nothing at all. And then all of a sudden, with an instant, all the cancer cells are completely disappeared. And I'll explain how that happens with plasma.
Oh, wow.
If you understand the planets, how they're rotating in space, and they're holding their positions within each other through these plasmatic gravitational magnetic fields, they're always in the same position, holding their space, completely rotating. So once the plasma enters the body in the bloodstream and it starts going through our body, when it finds positioning, we call that, when it finds positioning, what happens? Bang! All of a sudden, the plasmatic fields start interacting with the cancer, and it disappears plasmatically. So So this is what's happening in the research in plasma.
So the plasma
you think
interaction is causing you to access your perfect blueprint.
Exactly.
Wow. It's a channel to that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Bert asks, what about scalar wave laser?
Scalar waves. Scalar was a kind of a limited understanding because they didn't understand the both sides of the gravitational magnetic side. Like a lot of guys in the past, like Tesla seen the magnetical side, he didn't see the gravitational side. Then there was another guy, I don't remember the name, he seen the gravitational side, didn't see the magnetic side. Kesh brought us the team where he shows us both, and he gives us an understanding of both and how it works. So, he doesn't have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers, but boy, our understanding is expanded much more, and we can do many things, and I've seen many things happening with this technology as well. We're only going to expand with it. The dry fasting, what are you accessing? You're accessing your inner plasma. That's all you're doing. It's plasma you're accessing, and that's why things heal at miraculous rates when you're dry fasting, especially when you start getting to these long ones. And because if you're looking at chemistry, you're going acidic, that means you're getting sick. No, you're healing, because we're looking at plasmatically. You're looking at gravitational magnetic field strength of flow and finding positioning so everything can balance itself out. It doesn't matter if it's acidic. It's irrelevant.
Is Ormus the same thing as GANs? Because David Wolf was talking a lot about Ormus and a guy named Barry Carter. I got into this a few years ago. I was making my own Ormus out of seawater and Masada salt. Is it the same thing?
We call it GANs material now, Mark. Ormus was a limited understanding. They didn't have a full understanding, like what I just explained. And we name it. We've used a new understanding of the terminology called GANs, gas in the nano state.
Okay.
But the Ormus, it is a GANs material.
Yeah, he was getting into some interesting stuff, citing Victor Schauberger. Do you know him and his studies with water and all that rising? He was claiming that the water that goes up 100-foot tall tree is being lifted in a different way than we think. We thought it was capillary action, but it's really a plasmatic state. So
exactly.
And I think what I was alluding to about getting out there in that morning air was the fact that before things can exist in that nano state before sunlight and oxygen hit them, so that you can get these pools of this material, and you can walk through a forest and feel those really cold pockets. And Barry was claiming that was GANs or Ormus.
Yeah, plasma is cold, but it doesn't. It's not affected by any temperature.
Oh, okay. And they were talking. Schauberger was saying that. How do you explain a spring at the top of the mountain? We go up in the mountains and there's a spring flow, but it's at the top of the mountain. And
exactly.
Go ahead.
We can start getting into so many deep levels of this stuff, and I don't have an understanding of it all, but guys, it's just keep your mind open. We've been shut off from all this technology, which is not technology; it's how creation works. We call it technology, but it's how creation works. It's not rocket science; it's space technology.
Well, we're very profitable targets. If you're addicted to this crap food and addicted to this crap medical care, I don't even fight with people over medical care, Obamacare, whatever. It's not even medical care. It's sick care, and it's worthless. Absolutely worthless.
Exactly.
This is the best investment you can make. I'll tell you. I mean,
so we're all learning, and why we want feedback is to keep expanding.
Right. Because we don't know where we're going. Right. We're just moving forward. We're on the cutting edge of something here. It's leading to great things, greater and greater things, and that's it. So we just have to keep an open mind and go with what works. I guess we came to this with a certain amount of faith. I know I did, and we have to keep that going too in order to proceed in. So, you know,
Hey, you know, like I keep saying, results speak very loud. You can deny them all you want.
that's true. That's true. And there's multiple people that are getting some fantastic results here, including myself.
I,
So
yeah, I started with one person, you know,
yeah,
who took the plunge.
Ashley wants to know if she can still work full time. I mean, I did.
Most people do.
Yeah,
Most people do.
you're fine. Absolutely.
The only biggest challenges is when you have acid release, then you might get the runs for 1 or 2 weeks. And the way we help that, we have a lot of tools. We help with baking soda enemas. And if you do that, you know, before you go to work, you're going to be able to control it. And then you up your psyllium, put in a little bit more, and you'll be able to control it a little bit. But, you know, it may happen for 1 or 2 weeks on some people. And it's just pure fire coming out. And it's not comfortable.
Yeah, I've got that question a lot. Thank you for clarifying. So baking soda enemas to cool everything off.
Yeah.
And if the kidneys are hurting, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your baking soda, that's great for doing the acid one, and we also like using the herbal teas. We can do green grasses for enemas. We can use the grape juice and lemon for enemas. That's one of my favorites.
I did that one time. It was very energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that Mark David Wolf and the Ormus Gold. Yeah, he was selling Ormus Gold, I guess made out of gold and nanostate.
Yeah.
They were actually able to manufacture gold, I believe they were talking about. They could actually pull that out of
it's being done. It's being done.
I bet the cartels don't like that.
Yeah, all the hidden knowledge is all starting to come out.
Oh my gosh. What a great time. Yeah, I really believe that shift in 2012 was real. I know that I shifted. I was not the same person a year later for many reasons. I think that was real. Not everybody got along on the ride. I think it polarized us. I think the people that weren't coming along got worse, and the people that were coming along got better.
I see it. I look back. It looks like a whole different lifetime.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. Gino. It's crazy. But not everybody got taken along. So, yeah, like Gino said, if you're here for a reason. So, you know.
You don't have to agree with everything. Doesn't matter. But
doesn't matter.
Get on. Follow the system, and then you're going to see. Everybody has some results. Everybody. Are we gonna save everybody? No.
Yeah.
We're not gonna save everybody. I always say this: people are dying, sleeping, eating, walking across the street, swimming, dancing. It's part of our existence to pass on, and we don't die; the soul moves on, and it's part of people's experiences. We're not gonna be able to save everybody, and anybody that tells you that, they're lying to you. But we can save a lot of them. We can help save a lot of them.
If you had somebody with really advanced, really advanced, where they're just super weak, and they say, I can't drive fast. There's no way. I'm just too weak. What would you say?
Myron in Germany. Do a search on the page. He was on his deathbed.
How do you spell that?
Marin. It's Marin. I don't remember his last name.
So he was down to skin and bones. He was weak. He was on his
deathbed. He was in a wheelchair from chemo for 3 years. And nobody lasts 3 years in chemo.
And he was able to do just short dry fasts, or how long could he go for?
I'll quickly go over some of the things. He found out about me after they butchered him all, and he started on master fast. I sent him herbs to Germany. They refused them and sent them back to the customs. Then he had to make his own herbs, his tinctures. So he ended up making his own. He's on the program and everything. Slowly but surely, things are improving. And I was teaching him to do some breath work and everything. And then he gets some severe lung pains. And I didn't know anything about this. He didn't let me know. So he goes to the hospital, and immediately they do an emergency surgery on his lung, and they remove a third of his lung. And the reason why they did that is because all the chemo they did, they burnt his lung and had all burnt tissue. So what was happening? The body was trying to heal, but he didn't understand it. He didn't contact me. He went to that option, but he was in such severe pain. That's all he knew, and he went there. Listen what he did, folks. After the operation, he did a 13-day dry fast in the hospital. The doctors were freaking.
13-day dry fast?
In the hospital.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen, folks. He was eliminating so much crap out of his urine, they thought he was going to die. They thought he was killing himself. They thought he was a lunatic. They wanted to get him, charge him with all kinds of stuff. Listen to this, though. The laboratory supported him and saying, no, his kidneys are working amazing.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
At 13 days, he had to check himself out because they were threatening all kinds of things out of him. He healed so quick from that operation. No inflammation, no nothing. And this is all done in that 240-plus days master fast.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my
gosh. And this is a guy that was in a wheelchair from 3 years of chemo. 3 types of cancer, brain, this, that. They removed most of his lymphatic system. They put catheters through him.
Oh, my gosh.
Only 5% of people survive that experimental surgery. I don't know how this guy's alive.
He wants to live.
He's one of our superheroes.
Yeah, he's a super. He wants to live real bad. How is he now? Is he cancer free? What's his state right now?
We don't even want to ask that stupid question. But all I'd say is he's getting better. He stopped losing weight. He gained muscle. He does yoga and he's doing great.
He's out of the hospital. He's on his own.
Oh yeah, he's been out of the hospital a long time.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Well, listen to this. One of our friends in Toronto was supporting him, sent him for a birthday gift to one of the clinics where he was before. And the lady there, when he walked in, she goes, the name sounds familiar. And he goes, no, that's me. I was here. She goes, you?
Oh.
No, it can't be you. They couldn't recognize him.
Oh, my gosh.
He's glowing now.
Oh, my gosh.
He was in a wheelchair when he was last time. They couldn't recognize him. And then all the people in the place are freaking out saying, how come he's getting better? He's not doing anything we're doing.
He's not eating that hospital food for one.
Yeah, they're doing all the drugs, all the tests and everything. He's doing nothing. He's on green juices and grape juice and everything, and he's glowing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, here's a good question just came in. I'm on master fast, only on day 10. When I dry fast, my urine starts hurting me a lot. It's a burning sensation. I guess because it's very acidic. Any tips on that?
Excellent. You're moving acid out. Excellent.
Can you take a little bit of pinch of baking soda and some water to help relieve that burning?
Well, we have the champagne drink, which you should be doing an enema before you do a dry fast, anything longer than 24 hours. And you should be doing a champagne drink before you start. And then when you end your dry fast, you're going to be doing the champagne drink when you end it, which has the baking soda, the apple cider vinegar, a lemon, and the grape juice. And then you're going to do an enema a few hours after you've hydrated. This is our system.
And that helps with that burning of the urine.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have the burnt stick that I don't know if you know about a burnt stick.
I have one. I made a burnt stick, of course.
and that works physically and it works plasmatically. Ask anybody who's used them. They work. You got to massage your kidneys every day, folks. We've cracked the kidney code wide open. You want kidney filtration? Follow the program. You're going to get kidney filtration.
Yeah.
Some people get it in a few days. Some may take a month or two. We're all different stages, but it took me over a year, folks.
Yes. Wow. A year on master fast to get kidney filtration?
No, on fruits and herbs.
Fruits and herbs, yeah. No, I've had people go through the whole 14-week protocol and not get good kidney filtration. And then I get them dry fasting, like, how come you didn't tell me? It's like, I just found out myself. Don't get mad at me. Thank God your kidneys are filtering. We got you here. I
keep saying, Mark, healing and eating do not belong in the same sentence. You want high levels of healing, you got to fast. Stop eating.
I'm starting to believe you. I'm on the page now. Yep, I know. It's I think you said it or Gabriella said it that true hunger is not a sensation in the stomach; it's deeply in the throat. I think Gabriel's told me that out at in Florida when I met him. What do you say about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And honestly, we only eat food to settle emotion. It has nothing to do with nutrition. It's completely to settle emotion. So the true hunger is only a hunger of emotion that something is missing and it's not balanced. Yeah. That's what I believe.
Wow, that's good to know. That really, we do have a huge tie to it. I know that when I'm feeling, sometimes I feel like I need grounding, that I'm kind of flying too high. I go to the roots. I go to the carrots and beets and sweet potatoes.
Yep.
Yeah, and it really
the greens, the stuff that grows on the ground. Yeah, of course, it's more gravitation, more grounding.
Do you ever feel like you're flying too high?
Myself too. Sometimes I get the great cravings of the greens and stuff. Yeah, I'm like you.
Yeah, especially later on in the day or in the evening. I want to kind of come down because I'm just in the morning. For some reason, I have so much energy. I keep telling people it's kind of annoying. Sometimes I get up at 3:45 and I come downstairs and I hit the ground running, and I think, okay, well, I'll get my work done, and by 10 or 11 I'll get to rest and take a nap and this and that, and it never happens.
Yeah, Mark, this is what starts happening, and it's a beautiful thing. We're, you know what it is? We're not used to it living this life. We're used to being numbed up and tired all the time.
Now, here's a great question just came up from me. Okay, so we know the feeling of this operating at a super high level through this, but then I see, and I'm not getting political here at all, but I see Donald Trump during his campaign working 18-hour days, and on the flights he's being interviewed eating a Big Mac, fries, and a Coke. This guy must be superhuman or something. Because
God bless him. Can you imagine if he did what we're doing? Can you imagine what you'd be? You got to understand. I keep saying, intent and emotion trumps all. Now,
there you go.
There's going to be far and few between that will be able to do it through all intent and emotion and be able to surpass all the effects of the matter state. And the easiest way, folks, is doing it through the diet and eliminating and cleaning the body. I'm not saying that the other way is not impossible. It is possible. It's just that it's very few will be able to do that. Maybe more so in the future, but what I see, we're going to be reaching levels where we won't be able to have to eat anymore. It might be in our lifetime for that. Humanity doesn't need to eat.
Do you? There's a lot of talk about the new generation coming in is coming in at a very, very high level. The children, especially under 4 years old, they're going to be able to understand things that we will not be able to understand, or
exactly.
And our understanding. Is that
MT Cash teaches us. He goes, "You guys are all too old. Anything over 13 years old, forget it." He goes, "All the new generation. This teaching's for them, not for you guys."
So we're anybody that's over 30 is really darn lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So we're all here for certain experiences, and it's all beautiful things. So I don't know. Let's see where it takes us. But all I know is we're helping a lot of people.
Yes.
And some of them really appreciate it, and some of them, just they don't. It's okay.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It doesn't really bother me at all. I don't get discouraged at all. But if somebody's just plain out nasty, I just delete their comment because I don't want that energy sticking around. It bothers me in that respect. Not that they have the right to voice their opinion, but I just don't like it sticking around on my pages. So I just get rid of it.
We have a few of those on the board. I only hear negative stuff from them, and I don't know why they're there. I leave them there because they have something to learn, and that's the level they're at. And hopefully we can elevate their soul to bring them to another understanding, and that's why I leave them there myself. But I got more work to do than everybody put together.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Well, thank you so much, Gino, for everything. This has been a way bigger call than I thought it was going to be. We're at 2 hours and 38 minutes now. This has been phenomenal. I know we kept you up, but you tapped into the plasma field to be here. And
I'm flying high.
I could feel it. Yeah, I could feel your energy, and something ignited in you where you're just a fountain of information, and a lot of clarity came through tonight. I think I mean, it cleared up a lot of stuff for me, and
I hope so.
It really did. It made it way more friendly, in my view. It's not so daunting anymore, and it's just much more understandable. So I hope that translates to everybody else out there too, that's listening to this or going to listen to it. We had as many as 90 people watching at one point here, so probably 300 people came in and out just in this little period here, which is great.
Yeah.
So the word's spreading. The word is spreading.
It's tough for people to believe in new concepts and so on and so forth, and it's because of our indoctrination through the school and everything, and we're not taught to think. And this is the challenge we have, all of us, not only you guys, everybody. We all have that.
Yeah, we all have to deprogram ourselves. It's really about unlearning. Is really what we have to do more than learning.
Yeah.
We've just been cluttered up with so much BS that we think is true. So the proof is in the pudding, you guys. This works. Go read the testimonials, and that was my doorway in. Just hearing people speak of their successes was enough for me. Just to look into Gabrielis' eyes, Gino, and see the magic happening inside of him was just phenomenal. I could just the truth was just emanating from him, and it was really great. So
he's pushing it further than most will ever will.
He really is. He really is. So, well, I'm working up slowly. Hopefully I'll get to, I've only done a 36-hour dry fast. That was amazing. I'll push it to 2 days here and keep going a little bit. But, getting on a consistent regimen of dry fasting is really fantastic. Yeah. So great. Well, thank you so much, Gino. Thank you for everything. I don't think there's, just you're getting a lot of praise on this board. I mean, overwhelming support of what you're doing. Phenomenal. Great call. I love the talk. I mean, just it's really, really putting it out there. And just maybe one or two negative comments. Not on the Master Fast, just on the Kesh thing, which is understandable because it is so foreign and new. So that's really about it.
He gets bashed more than me.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much on the pasteurized juice, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to get pounded on that, but nothing.
Yeah. Well, the results speak. People want to try with the raw juice. Go for it. You're going to just waste your time, in my opinion. If you want to do it for yourself, go for it. But you're going to get much further ahead with the pasteurized juice, folks. No matter which kind of juice you use. The ones we've suggested are on the board, on the page, and there's many we can use. But the grape is so nice. We love grape.
Love it. Yeah, and Trader Joe's. Do you guys have Trader Joe's up there in Toronto?
I think we have some, but I haven't seen Concord Trader Joe's. We have the Newman's one up here. We have Welch's, and we have a few other brands that are from Canada. Yeah,
for the people that are, well, I'm going to paraphrase you. For the people that are still stuck in the material state, the matter state, there is organic, Trader Joe's organic grape juice. It's about $3.50 for a quart, and it's in a glass bottle for people that are worried about that.
Sure.
But Gino never recommends any grape juice with high fructose corn syrup. Am I correct?
But stay away from things loaded with sugars, and honestly, they'll still work. They will. It's better to stay away from them because when they're pasteurized together, you're changing form. You're bringing it to higher order. This is where few understand, but just to keep people's not too far fetched. Because I tell people I don't care if it's organic when I go for the cheapest. And once you have that understanding, you'll really understand. Even with the sugar and everything, it'll still work.
Wow.
But go for whatever you feel comfortable with. Go organic. Go for organic. You want glass? Go for glass. I go for the cheapest.
Yeah, whatever gets you to this high healing, you guys. We've given you so many ideas on how to access this, And
Yeah,
you've been told what the highest states are, and you've been told what the entry level states are. So yeah, make the call, but give it a shot. You know.
yeah. Some people want to juice their own and cook it, whatever. Like the woman who did the watermelon, she juiced it and cooked it.
Yeah.
And she had amazing results. So, folks,
yeah.
Just whatever.
I
don't know what to say anymore. I've hoped I can convey what Master Fast is.
Yep.
Basically, and it's the basis of the whole Master Fast is emotion and intent. That's what it is. That's what plasma is.
Beautiful. Wow. And with that, Gino, thank you so much for all you're doing.
You're welcome.
This is amazing what's happening, and thank you, Dr. Morse, too, for all he's done, and it's just it's all just evolving in this way, and gosh, really really great. And I'm so glad Dr. Morse came out with a video and today, and really this really was a lot of bridge building today. This has been an amazing day for everybody, I think. So,
I was the first to post it in our page.
Yeah, and then I made a quick little video just stating it. You know, I thought it was so important. I stopped everything and made a video and got it out. And thank God it happened on this Monday so we could do a session here. And thank you for joining us to seize it. So good. So I hope to have you back to talk about. I'm sure a few months from now we're going to have more new changes. We heard about the new grape jam portion of this, so it's really cool. So great. All right, so I think that's it. Yeah, have a good night and have a good class tomorrow. When does your teaching end? When does the course over?
What time is it over?
Yeah. How much longer are you going with this Kesh spaceship technology course?
As long as I want.
Oh wow.
There's no time limit. It's a lifetime thing.
Wow. So Crystal Hippie says plasma love is flowing to all right now. Good.
Yeah, it's soul level teaching. It's not what you guys think.
Wow. Can anybody sign up for this?
Yeah, you have to sign up. They check you out through security, and if you pass, you can get in.
Oh wow.
But there's all the free ones as well.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Well, thank you so much, and we will get as many people to the Master Fast for the spring equinox, and this is just a growing thing, and just keep on pushing the envelope, and we all love you, Gino, and we love what you're doing, and thank you to all the healing you're bringing, and
much love to you, Mark, and everybody else, and have a good night, and I'm off.
So much gratitude, Gino, really so much gratitude, and
all right,
get some rest. Thank you very much. Good night. Bye. Well, there you go, you guys. This was just an absolutely amazing 2 hours and 45 minutes, and lots to process from that call. Pretty much every question that I had about MasterFast was answered, and I tried to make sure you guys got your questions answered too. I skipped over a lot of ones that could be answered by you guys actually going to masterfastsystem.com and reading on your own about it, and so be sure to do that and go read the testimonials, read the pages that he has posted in the files section on that website, on the Facebook site, and you'll learn so much. It's really quite simple, and like I said, we're working on a kind of a truncated thing to kind of give you crib notes on it. But this is the best I've ever heard Gino. He was flowing with just a lot of love and a lot of soul and heart, and I could feel the healing intent in him to help us all heal. No ego. This really is not a battle between Dr. Morse and him. They are in high alignment, and it's just a matter of pasteurized grape juice versus raw. Both of them say that the combination of lemons and grape juice is the most powerful, healing of the foods that you can take in, the most astringent, the most energetic, all that. whether talking about plasma energy or angstrom energy, all these things. They both agree in that. Dr. Morse comes from a raw food, raw food frame of mind with, cooking makes it acidic, and lowers the energetics. And Gino is talking more on a plasmatic field interaction with it. Gino is getting amazing results, lots of great feedback. People, I can tell you right now, very, very quick results in me, in bowel cleaning, in energy, in removing latent acidosis out of me, things like that. So it's your choice too. You can come in and do this with the raw juice if you feel more comfortable with that. Doing the whole system. It's an entire system. Use the raw juices if you feel good with that. You're still going to get super, super high healing. Okay? Not the highest according to Gino, but you're going to get high healing. So come in with that, but make sure that you follow this plan. Gino has set it out. Dr. Morse has said it's a great plan with the dry fasting. Dr. Morse loves the dry fasting. Of course, he loves the herbs. It's based upon Dr. Morse's herbs. Of course, the GI broom. Gino has a GI broom that's in a tincture form instead of the powder form because he does not want to turn on digestion. They both believe in the teas and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of similarity. There's a lot of convergence here. There's just that little sticky part of the pasteurized versus the raw. Just do what you feel is right for you, but come aboard is my belief here. Just so you can start to feel the magic. Embrace the enemas. I know I had a hard time with that, but this is part of it, you guys. You're going to be removing a lot of acids and toxins. You want to be able to flesh that out. Do not forget that psyllium pudding. He's calling it plasma pudding now. Okay, there's a recipe at MasterFast. I did a video on it, how to make it. It's real simple. But do all these components together and watch what happens, okay? And then if you join the community, we're going to, like I said, healing is reciprocal. It is a current, okay? The current can't stop with you taking or receiving. You've got to give too. So we're going to learn to give back, through my page. You can share on my page. That's the Master Fast group fast starting spring equinox, March the 21st. So there's a lot to this in community building. We have a long way to go here. We're just getting going, you guys. So anyways, just thank you so much, everybody. I tried to have Gino answer the really important questions that can't be answered. Go to the site. If you guys still have questions specifically about MasterFast and MasterFast healing, please address those questions to the Facebook page, the MasterFast group on Facebook. Don't address them to me because, like I say, I'm not an admin yet. Okay, I'm not part of that master key holder. I want to keep their message pure. They're the ones that are dealing with this on the front line. Okay, I'm going to be a guide and a inspiration, motivation, some spiritual support, things like that. So I'm working on that. I'm working on an invocation, a daily invocation, things like that to really help, because this is a spiritual healing as well. And everybody that's done this can tell you that. Yeah, great comments tonight, you guys. Thank you so much. I was expecting to really have a real strong debate here, but that didn't happen. A lot of people really resonating with this information. So we're very blessed to have Gino here to take his time out. He's like Dr. Morse, they're very giving souls, and we'll give you the shirt off their back to help you heal. So wonderful. So thank you very much, you guys, and masterfastsystem.com. Definitely go check that out and get the information. Okay, and as new things come up, I'll certainly be posting it, and I know there's real-time posts going on right now at the MasterFast System page on Facebook. So God bless all that are suffering right now. You can take control of your suffering, and you can find your remedy, okay? And it's not complicated. The healing is here, okay? So thank you very much. Have a good night. Have a blessed week. Please, if you need me, get a hold of me, and I'm here to help, okay? All right, so much plasma love to everybody. Good night. Bye-bye.